I am muted. Oh my goodness. I just scrolled up and said good morning to all of you. So, all of you who have chatted, I have said good morning to you. You just didn't hear me because I was muted. But good morning. Oh my goodness. I just did a whole thing. Whew. All right. Well, that was a waste of my time, my breath. So, yeah, just know that I have wished you all a good morning. Hope everybody had a fantastic week. Oh boy. I keep forgetting that this mic has a mute button, and I don't know why it's ever pushed. So I keep forgetting to look at it. But anyway, yes, I did say good morning to you all. So good morning. Blanket good morning this time. You know, Kristen, that's what I get. Obviously, I'm not that clever, am I? Or I wouldn't be. Oh boy. Did everybody have a good week? Thank you, Proud Mimi. That cone. See, now if I say like good morning in one, I feel like I have to repeat it all again. Oh boy. Yeah. Silly me. Anyway, happy Saturday, everybody. Fall is officially in the air. I don't know how I feel about it. I'll take fall, but I just won't do winter. I mean, I have to. I have no choice. But if I had a choice, I wouldn't do it. Hey, Cheesy, Tennessee Road, Crystal. It's me, Amberly, Mermaid, Butter. Oh, it's dressed up as a bear, Legal Pickle. Ready for Halloween. Hey, Shelly, Okie Crime, Nosy Beach, Tennessee Road, Kelly Mack, Billy Sunday. Good morning, Jada. What a mess this has all become, right? I mean, part of me was like, just slowly back away. Kind of like the Simpson meme where he's like backing into the bush. Hey, Smooth Purple. I just heard I have a hurricane coming. Oh no, Toe Beans. Seriously, be safe. The oh my gosh. Every time I watch one of the news pertaining to that, I can't help it. It just devastates me. It breaks my heart. You're having a heat wave? I would literally trade with you. Hey, Lindsay. Thank you, Pearls girl. My daughter's first college bowling tournament today. Oh, that's awesome. And tomorrow. Have fun, Steph. That's really cool. I didn't realize they did like my actually I did. I knew there was like bowling leagues and stuff. Hey, sweet. Stassi, Sean. Um, good afternoon, wee gob. My kitty would never let me dress her up. Sometimes I can get a happy hoodie on her. Midwest, Kraken. Just got my daughter's Lorax costume together. Oh, she being a Lorax? Oh, don't even remind me, Kelly. Hey, Denim. I think my son wants to be something lame, like all like him and his little buddies are all going to be like a color. I'm like, wow, so clever. Um, Let me turn this all down. Sorry. This is the first day in a while right. That's yeah, same, Sandra. So I haven't been following too closely because of the level it's at, which I don't know. You know, it's really a shame because it is all based around a child. But let's face it, it hasn't been about that child in a very long time. I don't know how people call it a circus. It is certainly not a circus. It is far worse than that. Box of crowns? Oh, my 33-year-old daughter got a scholarship for bowling in high school. No crap. That's awesome. Full ride scholarship for bowling. Wow. I had no idea that it was like that big of a thing. Good morning, Pearls girl. That's interesting. Learn something new. Hot here in my town, record breaking tomorrow. Wow. I wish, well, you know what? I guess it's fall in the mornings, but this weekend is supposed to reach the 80s again, and I'm very excited for that. Hey, Sharon. Buttercup baby. Tennessee mama. Yeah, I'm excited for the give me a few more, you know what I mean? I'll take a few more. I would take it constantly if I could, like 80 plus weather, but it's just not the way it goes. Hey, Marlific I can't say it first. Maleficent. Oh my goodness. I don't know what I was trying to say there. Marvelous. Forgive me, I just got my coffee. Hey, Midwest, give me 1 second. Sorry about that. I'm in Fort Myers. Anyone can have a hurricane part. Oh, man. Stay safe. Hey, Lenism. Turning leaves. It's nothing to do with finding Sebastian. It's all about people making money off narratives. I agree. And now we have like the selling of merch, the claims of going to make copyright claims, and it is, oh, it has become absolutely despicable. I mean, it's gone so far. Then we have somebody out there screaming into tunnels and implying there's a chance that Sebastian's in the tunnel. It's like, are you kidding me? Sending some extra hugs for you. Thank you, Tobies. That means a lot. It really does. Thank you. I live in Maine, so I feel you. Maine's beautiful in the fall, isn't it? It is early, Stassi. Forgive me. Hey, Keto. Jill, good morning. Good morning, Gary, Jamie. Good morning, Racken. How are you? My favorite bee around these streets. Good morning to you. Hey, Earth Angel. That was unbelievable, wasn't it? Knee certified. I couldn't believe it. Hey, Millie Webbs. Green shirts in criminal court is gross. The tunnel guy was so cringe. It really was. That was horrific. I couldn't believe it. And the fact that the commenters were like, great job. Thank you. You're the best. Keep it up. Like, are you kidding me? Great job. You would have thought it was like a parody if you didn't know any better. I just I just don't get it. I don't get it. I really don't. I attended a rap battle in Seattle last night. No, you didn't. That is awesome. It was cheesy. It was one of the worst things I've seen. And it was like part of me like wanted to find humor in it, but it was so aggravating. I just couldn't. I'm like, I don't know how people take this so damn. And that's what made it aggravating is that people take that serious. They really believe that that is serious and that is a good thing and that it's going to find answers. And wow, from South Africa, Louise, that is really amazing. Able to get online. I hope all's no, I hope all's well with you. Are you in the hurricane path? Good morning, Vanessa. Got drunk last night. They cured the hangover of edibles, so it's like rain to snow. There you go. It's a good recipe. The fact that he said they put him in a girl cover bag. I mean, really, come on. Right. The fact that he found a girl cover and made a big deal when he's around the area of an RV park. Me too, Tobeans, and I think that's what's upsetting about it. Right, Lady Tara. It has reached new heights. It's reached concerning heights. It's all discouraging. Wish Ellie would be more communicative. I do too. No, I get it. And you had seen it already, Cheesy. So I think it was like, for me, I didn't see it already. Sandra Neal, I don't know if it's low IQ or if it's desperation, right? Like I don't know if people are so desperate for a hero, for answers, for a solution, or if they're just that gullible. Or like you said, low IQ, because I don't know how some of these people like watch these things and believe it or support it. Hey, Roberta. I'll never understand it. Hey, Christine. Hello, Winnie. Breaks my heart with all those in the hurricane mess. Me too. I watched a video of the older couple whose house literally was lifted when the water came and they were moving in their house and it broke in half. And oh my goodness, that was horrifying. Thank goodness they had life jackets, but oh, my heart broke. And then when the son thought the mother was deceased and then the mother came walking in, oh, he's running with Sean and Betty's narrative, right? And we know why, because it pays off. Hey, Annette, it pays off. Hey, One Angel Chip, Goody Two Shoes, OG Fish. I don't know. Maybe they are all really dense spots. I mean, possibly. Was horrible. Low IQ, believe me, that I can tell you, lowest IQ you've ever seen. I don't know why I envision that like a Trump voice, like low IQ, believe me. That I can tell you. Everyone knows it. Lowest IQ of all time. All right, let me stop for a minute. Give me 1 second. I hear like a little leaking and it's driving me nuts. Make sure that the sink's turned off. Dang on kids. They know how to turn everything on, but they forget how to turn everything off. JLR is doing great coverage. I can only watch in spurts. It kills my heart. Ah, JLR's, yes, it's nice he's keeping, eyes on it, but I mean, let's be honest. For the most part, he's just playing other people, other reporters' stuff. I guess it's nice to get it all condensed in one spot, and feel like you're being listened to, I guess, if you know. I don't know. It's hilarious. The link is a screenshot. You'll like it. I'll check it out, Casey. That's funny. I feel so powerless for them. Yeah. Which part, Jamie? I'm sorry. It's likely a combination of all those things, but BH Beach and others, BH Beach, I said, BHB and others 100% take advantage of others' intellectual deficiencies. Yeah, I mean, yes, Mermaid, you saw that one? Where the guy was yelling down drainage pipes. That's the one I'm talking about, Sean. That was infuriating. Hey, Kashmir. Good morning, Stacy Hall. But people believed it. People believed it. It's still the same OG fish. Not much of a new narrative. Same old, same old. Good morning, Claire. Good morning, Diana. Can you all do me a favor, please, and hit that thumbs up on the way in? I will never, ever ask you all to keep the lights on or membership goals or to pay for my vehicle troubles, but I will ask you for a thumbs up. And the copyright she wants to do, yeah. I mean, let's talk about that. You know, how do you? All right, so let me go ahead and get that. Newfie, thank you so much with the number 156. Hey, homie, let me pull that up for a second. That one was really upsetting because it was upsetting because it was so agitating to listen to somebody who literally has restraining orders against them claim that they are going to copyright somebody else's child's name. And luckily, we have literally Davis fam who comes in with the solid and clips this type of stuff so we can spare ourselves the losing of brain cells and becoming the next victim of their bullshit by having our IQ lowered to a level of, you know. Hey, Adam, good morning. Good morning, Kels. Today, Stacy, it is going to reach the 80s. And luckily, there's a cool little fall. I love doing the little fall festivals and just getting out of the house and everything before winter comes. So, thankfully and luckily, there is another little fall festival today. So, I'm looking forward to that. Um, and the nice weather, nice break and change before it gets cold. Anything under 70, I find to be cold. Actually, anything under 75 just makes me depressed, to be honest. Yeah. I mean, seriously, like, I'm like really slow to answering people right now. Worse than I ever was when it comes to like emails or even personal messages and text messages. And because this is the time of year when I become antisocial. My seasonal depression keeps saying, I'm working on it. I'm working on being better. So don't give up on me. Keep sending me messages that are left on red. I promise. It's me. It's not you. Hey, Kraken. I don't see you, but I see others saying hi to you. It's going to be 100 there. Oh, pretty in pink. I would change and trade in a moment. Hey, SoFlo. Say 46. I can't do that. Negative 40. Wind chill in Canada, most winters. Just why, though? Like, why would anybody want to live there? Start my vegetables in my greenhouse today. Nice day. What vegetables do you start now? Are you in like a different area where it's not? Hey, Poetic Justice. I really hope Chris and Katie have this clip to show the judge about how she wants to trademark Sebastian's name. Peach Cobbler, there's nothing of relevancy, nothing, you know, important or situation changing. It's just pretty much the same old, same old. I'll complain too hot. I'll complain when it's too cold. See, there's never too hot for me. Super wasn't as bad as previous times. I know, Kraken. That was good. You're ready for the cooler weather? Hey, Pistol Amy. We are picking our vegetables now. Most of mine all died. Hey, Brantley. Good morning, Ryan. Tomatoes and peppers. Oh, okay. I already, mine are actually dying. All right, anyway, move it along.
These people are animals. And then after that, you know what? They're going to be getting hit too. And everybody, if you guys want to start sending me timestamps of stuff that if you guys are tired of this, I don't have the time to do it. But I know a lot of people are always asking me what they can do to help. It's usually for Sebastian. I'd like you guys to help Sebastian. We can do a lot for Sebastian. But if you'd like to help me personally, what you guys can do is start going through these hate channels videos and send me anything defaming that they say about me. You know,
That right there kind of cracks me out, right? Because it's like, send me anything defaming that you hear about me. Meanwhile, she's alleging people are having relationships with others, which ironically, she is taking somebody, she is suing somebody for stating similar about her. So it's so funny the hypocrisy of these type of people. You know, the perfect example would be I had somebody who made a complete mockery out of the fact that I went for a PFA against somebody. And they failed that they were going to pick up where they couldn't, and that it was ridiculous and outrageous and it was so wrong and, you know, so forth. And now she's trying to get her own. So it's just these people always crack me up because when it comes to them, you know, they I don't know, it's like they don't see their own actions or something. Again, Betty has made defamatory statements about many, including myself. I do not have a conviction of child endangerment. I don't. Even if so, that is nothing compared to the 42 plus convictions of a woman currently out on bail who, at the very minimum, has 3 ROs against her and a fourth one in the near future, you know? So it's like that old saying, clean up your own backyard, make sure your hands are clean. I don't know. But they never do that. And the amount of hate mongering these people participate in and then cry they're a victim of also drives me pretty freaking nuts. But it is the way these people operate, isn't it? Shelly with the 197. Thank you, my friend. Who's going to be number 200? I felt like I was just about to do one of those like bidding things, like 200, 200. Can we get a 200, 200, 200? Going once, going twice. Legal. Then his BHB is supposed to say his name. So it's not necessarily about the long answer short, no. But there's ways around it. There's ways to argue that with a good attorney, but yeah, no. Part of an RO, from my personal experience, part of it has to do with harassment. We know that's what part of Betty's has to do with, and in that, usually in those situations, there will be a clause that says you cannot even mention, refer to, you know, the person's name. Goody was the 200, 200. Can we get a 201? Remy with the 201, 213. Roddy coming in with a 213. She jumped it up quick. So I'm just kidding. Mama Michelle was the 213. Roddy just noticed it. 13 is my favorite number. Anybody new watching her would swear she is a hate channel herself. Well, and that's the irony. Like, you think about it, right? We have a woman who wanted to do, wow, we jumped up that high, Ryan. Thank you. We have a woman who wanted to do an anti-bullying campaign, right? Which is a great idea. I mean, there's a lot of bullying on social media. Hell, I participate in it myself, you know. This right, I don't know if this is necessarily bullying, but I've said some things that probably cross a brown, you know, yeah. Let's just say, yeah, I'm not innocent, right? But when you have somebody out here that wants to do an anti-bullying campaign and their idea for doing that is a shirt that shows a YouTuber's avatar they do not like laying on a coffin with fire. I mean, haven't we all learned from early ages you do not beat hate with hate? How are you going to She likely will be at some point. I don't know. We'll find out. Hey, Irish Eyes. How are you going to lead this way? That's what I'm saying, Remy. Like, don't people know better? You're not getting notifications? That drives me nuts. Tina, thank you so much. Good morning, my friend. Everything she says is a projection of herself. I think that is why she thinks she's so right. And we witness that a lot in people with her personality types, which I don't know. I think there's several diagnoses that we can assume would fit the right one for this type of behavior, but I've had protection from abuse orders. The person was not allowed to post anything about me. Yeah, exactly. Pictures or comments. That is very true. That's how it is for me, legal. Right, just Samantha. And then even says like, "Oh, I'm mean. You're right. Don't let me fool you." It's like, yeah, because you yourself are a bully. And then you can argue, well, with the amount that she gets, is she justified in having a breakdown every now and then? No. The answer is absolutely not, because it's not every now and then. Hey, time traveler, and she gets what she deserves. She gets what she gives, in my opinion. I used to think people were a little overboard when it came to her. I used to like pity her a little bit, defended her a little bit, but she's really indefensible. I mean, it's just, ew. Good morning, Jay. Good morning, Emily. Chai. BHB looks much older. Yeah, I mean, that type of delusions and stress and unnecessary drama will do that to you. You know what? Matter of fact, I remember I realized like a year plus ago, I said, look at all these women that are like completely enthralled in the drama on YouTube. And they claim they're in like their early 40s or mid 40s, and they look like they're damn near 60. I don't want to be that. I don't want to end up like, does the internet do it to them, or is there more to it? I don't know. Although I do have to think you have to be extremely hateful and miserable in your real life to do some of the things these people do. So maybe it kind of isn't, of rolling into all of it. I mean, look at JLR. He looks like he's never aged, and he doesn't do the drama. Beachy King, good morning, my friend. Good morning, Sin. We got well, not all of them. I came in here at the Idaho 4. I got on YouTube and I got Did you guys see that Harsh Reality has a GoFundMe to attend the Idaho 4? Give me 1 second. To attend the Idaho 4 trials. Let's see where that's at, by the way. So we know Goncalves family, I think I'm saying that right, that they have wow, did he take it down? Hold on a second. That they have a GoFundMe to be able to attend the trials. But, wow. He said mods need it. I don't know why I can't find his. I don't know why I can't find his GoFundMe now, but he did have a GoFundMe. And, I don't look at his channel or anything. So I went over here and I took a little gander. And just 2 months ago, him and the boss, which I assume would be his wife, who's a very pretty woman, were in Spain. So it seems to me that if you can, afford a nice vacation to Spain, you should be relying on your audience to get you to a trial of a case you covered and grew tremendously off of for 2 years. They're like that on the internet. They more than likely are that in real life. So they would age from the stress they cause on themselves. Yeah. Yeah. I'm UK, 2 hours, not that good. I unsubbed ages ago. Oh, Harsh Reality. Yeah, I don't care much for them. I just found it to be quite I don't know why I can't find it now though. Did he delete it? I found it to be quite interesting that here it is. that he would have a fundraiser. So he raised 750 out of 2,500 goal. Does this hat say icon? Did he get that at the Trev store? Do I think who's guilty? Coburger? You know what? I'll be honest. I don't know. That's because he recently stated he came into a big chunk of money. Weird. Oh, so he should be able to cancel this GoFundMe. Maybe that was before he made this. Oh boy, oh boy. Good morning, Andy. Juicer, what was said about swelling of legs? The reason I asked came in late to Brittany in chat was talking about it. Swelling of legs? Who had swelling of legs? I don't know. I don't listen over there to that. From UK, Spain is an inexpensive, all-exclusive destination like Mexico for us. Oh, really? Well, I'm a little jealous. I don't know if Mexico. Is it really? Hold on. Let me try to put it on something. I want to say any trip is inexpensive, but yeah. I don't think he's guilty. Just saying. Good morning, Angela. BK is 100% guilty. Is that better, Andy? Did I fix it? He recently stated he came into a big chunk of money. Oh, anyways, that was just a little derail. Let's get back over here.
No focus. Well, say anything defaming about me, and moreover, anytime they steal my content, if you guys can get the start putting the timestamps on a worksheet, I'll start going after them. I'll find out which one's being used, and I'll call.
You know what is miraculous about these type of people, and maybe it's because I'm doing it wrong. Maybe I'm doing it wrong. But a lot of these people, she accused me of lymphoma. What? What are you talking about, Juicer? She accused me of having swollen legs. She accused me of having swollen legs. I am so thoroughly confused right now. But a lot of these creators, they have like these discords, and they have like their mod groups, like gather a bunch of information, and they do like the case diving work for them and stuff. And even right here, Betty is asking people to do the legwork for her. Go collect the timestamps, go watch it. And it's like, I don't know how these people don't feel rude asking of such. She accused me of teasing someone with swollen legs. What does that have to do with me? Lymphedema? Why the fuck do I care? I mean, I'm not trying to sound like ignorant or heartless, but I don't even know what the hell that is. And what does it have to do with me? When did I make fun of her swollen shit? I don't care about her swollen shit. That bitch just lies to lie. Chronic condition called swelling of body due to buildup. So she's saying that she's not fat. She has lymphema. I mean, what? That's her arm's the only thing swollen. I'm confused. I don't know, but no, I never said such a thing. I didn't talk about the cellulitis. That was Queen. I get blamed for everything, Rack, and you might as well just add me to the list. Anybody has a bad day today, just blame it on Granny. Drive-through worker taking a little too long, blame it on Granny. I mean, it's ridiculous. I didn't ever. I never even mentioned. I didn't even know she had it. Why would I know what medical condition she has? Why would I care? When the hell did I make fun of anything being swollen? I wouldn't even. It's stupid. Whatever. Who cares which side? Well, I know, but I mean, she's just sitting over there lying. Stupid. Good morning, honey tea. You're right, Soflo Mama, but it just drives me nuts. Like, Granny's making fun of my lymphoma, whatever it was. No, I didn't. Didn't even know you had it. Had no idea anything was going on with it. Haven't mentioned anything to do with anything with your physical appearance. What am I making fun of? Just shut up. So annoying. No, they're saying that it was that Brittany said it 505 things. I don't know if it's true. I didn't see it, but I can promise you I didn't say anything regarding that or her legs or her arms or anything of anything. I just, say anything like that. Always somebody having to like pull something out of their ass and, just like for what? Meanwhile, Brittany's hysterical laughing like, if you have hemorrhoids, you have a dirty butt. Like a Betty Jr. over there. Ugh. Sorry, that was a little derail, but no, Juicer, that just simply isn't true. And I don't know where it came from, why it's being said. I do know why it's being said because we are getting close to Christmas, which means Griffmas, my friends. We're going to hear a lot of BS going on. We're going to hear a lot of, do you know my biggest thing is demand receipts? Please. Wherever you are, even if it's with me, just demand receipts. I'm so tired of people just running their mouths. Ask to see proof of things. Julie's Crafton, welcome back, sweetheart. Sounds like BJ had physical and medical issues that can't be blamed on anyone. It's the failure of the lymphatic system drained properly. It's the first I ever heard of her having anything like that, crafty girl. And quite frankly, I don't even care that she has it. What does that have to do with anything? Like, that's not the reason she gives out misinformation. It's not the reason she lies. It's not the reason she pokes, then cries victim. Like, it has nothing to do with anything. No, I didn't make fun of her fucking arm or her legs. I didn't make fun of anything. It's like nobody sees your damn legs. You're always sitting in a chair. How would I know what your legs look like? Man, she is tiresome. I'll tell you that. If that's true. I mean, again, first I'm hearing of it. I don't even know if that's being honest, but I mean, I certainly didn't make fun of it. I don't even know if I believe it. So there's that.
Copyright them, and then I'll go after them lawfully and legally and start making them pay me $7,500 for each violation. You know?
Did she blame me though, Stack? Like, who held this conversation? No, it's infuriating. Then when you do show receipts, Racken, they deny that. They act like it didn't happen. I don't know. I don't know. My little son had a seizure and was traumatized and hurts my heart because football and drive at 16. Oh, it's me, Amberly. That does suck. Chief, they will get nada as usual. That's right, Captain. The Protect Seth group, yeah. No, I've never said anything. I don't even think I've called her fat recently. So, like, you can't blame that. You know what I mean? You can't be like, well, she called me fat, but I'm actually swollen. Like, I don't know. The only person that mentioned anything. So, do you think they're just fibbing to me, Colleen? No, I know, but Stack, do you know if I was blamed for that, Stack? Or Colleen, I guess you would know better. So that's the other thing. I'm here talking about ask for proof, but I'm taking Juicer at face value and responding. I just make it very clear. I haven't spoken about anything to do with her looks at all, or any alleged medical conditions that she may or may not have. Good morning, Daisy Duke. I did see she made a video on it, and I figured that came from you. That was really sweet of you to send that to us. Okay. You think it was misinterpreted? I won't talk to a girl. Cankles gross. This person loves women's feet. Okay. Yeah, no swollen talk here. This is such a bizarre conversation, Jay. I didn't talk about her swollen arm. Thank you, Stack. Yeah, you're right, Stormy. Sometimes that's what happens, right? For all we know, they, could be sent in to try to get me riled up. I didn't get too riled up, but I did get annoyed. There was another chat discussing it. It wasn't you. Well, thank you very much. Thank you, White Pinto, because it certainly wasn't me. Lilac, I would like to see proof because this is the first I've ever heard of that. I've heard of other conditions mentioned, but I mean, you know what? I don't want to see proof. It's not even my business. It's not even the internet's business. Hell, I have that in my stomach. That is why my stomach is swollen. Come on. Oh, thank you, Juicer. I do appreciate it, but no, it wasn't me that said that. You can call me a shitbag now, Granny. I have a stomach bag now. Do you really, Winnie? How's the pups doing, by the way? My middle finger, I jammed it like forever ago, and it remains swollen. And sometimes it gets really stiff and it hurts. I should probably go get it checked. Anybody have extra money this year, please skip the grifters and help the local community or hurricane victims, please. I agree with that, Craze. Don't donate, donate directly, but watch the organizations you go to as well. Yeah, let's get some coffee for the chat. Can anybody want to pass around coffee today? Falsely leading people only brings extra eyes onto it, making it a joke. Yeah. It was someone else, and BJ heard it because she came into chat after that, so I assume she knows who it was. Okay, thank you. It wasn't me. I don't know, Andy. You're right, Lazy Wolf. Never heard anything about it. Never knew she had this issue. Until I caught a live where she showed it a couple weeks ago. Oh. Why do we need to know people's medical issues? I don't know, Josie Joe, but it is tiresome. You know why I think I get blamed for everything? Because I'm reactive, and they know that. But I'm less reactive. I'll tell you that. I used to be very reactive. I used to get pretty upset about things. Like, I felt like I had to defend my name. I had to come out and be like, this isn't true, type of thing. Thank you, Trishy. But I've learned it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you show proof. It doesn't matter if you have receipts. It doesn't matter if you profess your innocence or, it doesn't matter. These people, they don't look for the truth. They look to hate. So I learned a good bit ago to stop even bothering. And those who believe it are going to believe it. And those who know better will be here and they'll know I didn't do it. So they can keep trying, but I'm not falling for it. Yeah, she did say that, Jamie. It was pretty funny. Hey, Roberta. I already said hi to you, though. Haters gonna hate, hate, hate. Ooh. Today's my best friend's birthday, who passed 2 years ago. Amy, I am so sorry for your loss. In her 40s. I need to stay lighthearted today, Granny, but will leave a like on my way out. Can't handle BHB today. I'm sorry, Amy. I hope you have a great day in honor of your friend. And wow, that has to be hard. Yeah, Leandra, it's just you go nuts trying to do it though, because you try to clear your name, then they respond again, then before you know it, you're the bully, they're the victim. I mean, it's like with certain people anyhow. Thank you, Jill. With certain people anyhow, that's the way it is. Like they suddenly become the victim. As much as someone may fight and say something isn't true, people believe what they want. That's exactly it, Remy. I mean, hell, you saw me go through it. I'm still going through it. These people are still putting out shit on me. Haven't had a response from me in damn near years. But they're still looking for a little old Granny's attention because life's a beach. QB talked about it, and BJ came into the chat and he told her to come on panel. She asked to come on panel, but she never came on, I don't think. She's the most aggressive, belligerent, and obnoxious bitch on here. Makes sense she sent her followers try to fuck shit up. Oh, man. Sassy Ham with the 296. Thank you, my friend. It is a vicious cycle. It really is. And there's no winning at the end. No, she didn't. I think so. She will not go on panel. Yeah. She came on panel over here and she was asked, does she support Betty? And she was like, Betty? Absolutely not. And now they're like BFFing it up. So there is that. Anyway, moving on. We have clarified. It was not me that talked about anybody's swollen legs or arms or anything. Had nothing to do with me. And again, I don't think that matters much. So it doesn't explain anything else.
I'm also going to be working with the copyright board because I think I can copyright series as well, and that might like we could do like copyright Sebastian Rogers as a series, and everything that I do would be under that copyright.
So Betty is saying, thinking, pretending, right, Swolegate, that you are able to copyright a missing child's name. That picture behind you is making me gag. Sorry, Jackie. Sorry. Um, that's just asinine to think you can even do that. I know, Mia. I know. Let me get my kitten. Especially when you have ROs against you that list that child as well. I mean, think about it this way. Rather you like the Proudfoots or not, imagine you had restraining orders against somebody and the restraining orders literally listed your missing child's name or your child's name in general, not even a missing child. And that person goes on to claim that they are going to attempt a copyright on your child's name. Can there be anything more infuriating than that? Literally, Davis fam, there you are. Thank you so much for grabbing all these clips. You spare me a lot of Tylenol, and for that I am grateful. Woodstock, thank you for asking for the membership link. If a mod's unavailable, I'll come in chat. Um, Most of us don't even know that Brittany person of us want to. In my opinion, she likes to bottle in a barrel when it comes to content creator. Never hear Granny bring any of this up, ever. Thank you, Sammy C. And I still go through a lot of crap of like, oh, you're constantly mentioning her, and oh, she, won't leave her alone, and it's simply just not true. It's just, like I said, it is like banging your head into a brick wall. It's just not true. And they just run with it and believe it and justify anything off the basis that she is somehow a victim of mine. Oh, it's exhausting. Matter of fact, somebody just released messages of voices, I guess, talking and saying how she's the one that told Brittany to get a lawyer against me, which I think many of you recall that. At one point, Brittany claimed that she reached out to a lawyer or organization in Ohio and that she was going to seek legal action against me and needed. She wasn't asking for money, but everybody knows how expensive it can get. Nothing ever came of it, of course. She would literally have no follow through. She would have no legal right because in most instances, she was the one initiating and I was responding. But, so, and not only that, but she didn't even reach out to an organization in her state or my state. It was a whole different state. So it was thoroughly confusing, the whole thing. But nothing came of it, of course. Nothing came. I think it was Ohio. Don't mark, I'm not exactly sure. I don't quite remember, but I know it was not my state and it wasn't her state. Um, but she did say as much, and then she, said, again, I'm not asking for money, but it can get expensive. But she never did anything. Woodstock, thank you for becoming a member. Welcome to the MFers. Um, Break right on this woman. Infamous truth teller. Look at you too. Thank you so much. Welcome, welcome, welcome. An Ohio lawyer doesn't have jurisdiction. I think she says she contacted an anti-bullying company in Ohio. I don't know. The whole thing was fucking weird. You know how that stuff goes. But again, at that time, she's spreading a rumor that there's a photo of my freaking butthole, which was so disgusting. Thankfully, though, I will give her credit for this. She did later come up on QBs with me and admit that she knew that that the whole thing was a lie. But she did spend a lot of time going around saying, like, oh, Granny's a dirty butt. She had a hemorrhoid. She sent a photo to another creator's butt. That poor creator. She had to see Granny's butthole. Like, just the juvenileness of it all. Like, first off, how are we taking photos of our buttholes? Secondly, that shit would be on, uh, that would be an OnlyFans or something. I ain't sending that shit nowhere for free. Booty hole picture taken was a thing, that is. This damn cat. Hold on. That's exactly what I mean. I have a whole thing on it. That's exactly what she did, Jay. Hysterical laughing too. She found it to be the funniest thing she's ever heard. A dirty butt. But everybody, please feel bad and give sympathy because she has a swollen arm that somebody somewhere mentioned. I don't know. Hey, Savannah. Might have been Virginia, Catherine. Yeah, it may have been. I don't know. First thing I heard was a photo of my butthole. Moo Bros, I was pretty upset about all of that. Like, I know there is humor to be had in it, but at the same time, like, at that time, I was a 34-year-old woman, and there's a rumor going around the internet that I sent out my butthole. And people were, like, laughing about it and spreading it as factual. And that's one of those times where I'm, like, trying to fight this stupid-ass but harmful rumor based on this idea that I had hemorrhoids, that it was never even hemorrhoids. And even if it was, we're all grown adults. Like, a lot of us have, carry children and whatever. I mean, I go on a whole entire rant, but I think that's what they want. So I'm not going to do that. We're just going to, go forward. But the point of the matter is she is not a victim, and she's certainly not a victim of mine. And I'm tired of that narrative. It was horrible, Joe Madre. It was so upsetting. I was pissed, man. It was like the highlight of people's like conversations and shit. I'm like, going into QBs, and I'm like, there was no photo of my butthole. I'm like getting all angry and shit. And because it's just disgusting. So, yeah, women supporting women. Yeah, well, I also have another clip of her saying how one thing y'all will never see me do is gang up on one person. And that's exactly what she did to me. But anyway, I digress. Let's
We
go.
can start hitting them for more money if they steal the stuff.
So she says we can hit them up for more money. She gets $75,000 a copyright. That's not the way that works. It's not the way any of this works. It was such a stupid thing to even say. But with Betty, it always comes down to money. Hence her ridiculous T-shirts, her anti-bullying T-shirts. How unaware does one have to be to come up with an anti-bullying T-shirt that contains bullying? Like, it is comical in the fact that they don't realize how, like, weird they look, how hypocritical they look. But it's also sad because we are all grown ass adults. And I'm not going to say, again, I participated in my fair share of what could be labeled as bullying. But at the end of the day, this so-called bullying, quote unquote bullying, is taking place around a 15-year-old child who has vanished, has likely faced bullying, had a hard time making friends, and then was completely humiliated on the internet by his parent. You're right, Irish Eyes. Thank you. I appreciate that. Coming from Bullhorn Betty, absolutely, it's a joke. Making accusations, and then her little new friends, the elite team of ninjas, over there repeating her accusations about people having affairs. And I mean, she even told Michelle After Dark to get JLR's you know what out of her. Like, how despicable is that? This is a woman who has filed a lawsuit because somebody made a similar, not even similar. Let me stop. It wasn't even remotely close. But in her claims of her lawsuit, she says that she was accused of having relations with a man that she didn't. But she's out here putting that accusation on all these other people. It's Fairy Betty to make a bullying T-shirt. She should do comedy next. Well, why would anybody? I never understood why YouTubers do this in general. Why would anybody want a photo with this random woman's face on it? And to be honest, her merch is not. Let me go back a little. Her merch is like very poorly done. Like, who would wear that? Honestly. Put a 1 in the chat if you would never wear it. Put a 2 if you're like, yeah, I'd wear it. If it wasn't Betty's face, somebody else's face, I'd wear it. Like, would any of you ever wear a YouTuber's face? I don't know. You'd have to be divine. I know. So stupid. This is geared towards a certain audience. I'd never. Yeah, does the shirt come with like a matching helmet by chance? I mean, tinfoil hats included? I don't know. I agree. 99% of creator merch is tacky. I completely agree. People always say to me, why don't you have merch? Why don't you have merch? Well, for one, I would never expect anybody to wear a shirt that says Granny's watching and or my face. And I don't know. I find it crazy to believe that anybody would want anything with me on it. I just, who the hell am I? So many filters, doesn't even look like her. Yeah, it's very poorly done. Oh, I just realized there's crime scene tape. I didn't even notice that. Didn't even notice that. To be fair, to be fair, Jay, I've never really looked. Crime scene tape, anti-bullying shirt, crime scene tape. Cute, funny, haha. So you have your YouTube nemesis on fire, deceased, on top of a coffin with crime scene tape on an anti-bullying shirt. Oh, well, thank you for that, OG Fish. Maybe I'll make some nightgowns. Maybe I'll make some nightgowns. I don't get it, Mia. I don't get it. Hey, Miss Liverbird. It's stupid, is what it is. I would, Jay. I would. Does it have your face on it? I pulled up a badass photo. Represent. Gotta represent. Represent. I buy a granny's watching calendar. Why? So you're always late like me? Actually, I had a my friend Lori sent me merch before I updated my like avatar and all. At that point, I just stole an image off Google. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I didn't even know I'd be a channel. And it's pretty badass. She sent me 2 mugs, one with my updated avatar. She sent me these keyring things. She sent me a t-shirt. It was really cute. Because at that point, get the F out of here and weirdo were things I said a lot. Oh, am I cracking up, Stacey? I'm glad to do that. Thank you. Betty should be careful what she wishes on others. Absolutely. Karma's a bitch. Ellie Lee's merch. That's the only one I would wear. I like the ones, I mean, a lot of them are like, the whole typical, like, my sister for my birthday one year got me a blanket that says, this is my true crime blanket or whatever, true crime watching blanket. Hey, Janine. And that's what a lot of their merches are. They kind of copy similar quotes and stuff. I don't know. I like band merch. We need extra cool TC. I like horror t-shirts. She would have much more luck selling it with her name only, some handcuffs. She can send out signed autographs of her mugshot if she really needs money. The Drita video that you emailed me, I don't know. What is Drita? Give me just a second. I can look. Dog and Diddy. Okay. Video cannot be monetized. I don't know. I don't know if I did. I'd wear or use merch that has something clever or quote. Yeah, that's kind of what I would do if I was to make merch. Yeah, go ahead, blame me. You're right. That should be it, Andy. Thank you. Thank you for the idea. I will give you 1% of my non-sales. All right. Anyway, moving along. So Betty is. Oh, now I got to put this crap back. I didn't realize it would change everything. Control negative. Reset. All right. So we got that out. Anybody else? Did you all see the searching in the tunnels? Put a 1 in the chat if you saw the searching in the tunnels. Good morning, Jennifer. Do coffee mugs. Middle finger on the bottom when you lift the cup. Oh, Janine, that's really sweet. Hey, Witch and Leather. We seen it. We seen it. I have a business. I'll make merch for you. Send me an email, Trish. We got it too. Life's a beach. Life's a beach says spare me. Maya says spare me. Proud Mimi. Drita's from Modwives. You remind me of her. Oh, somebody told me that before. That's so funny. I do recall this happening before. Joey didn't say it. Go Bulldogs did. The sniff. Yes, White Pinto. That was it. Quite a few 2s. So I'm going to show you guys just a small part of this then. Because I know a lot of people did see it and I don't want to I don't want to drown you guys on repetitive content. But I found this to be unbelievable, and it was kind of shocking. It was kind of shocking that so many people again were buying it. But what are you gonna do? It's what they do. Like, it has 1K thumbs up, so people believe it. Hey, Janine, thank you so much. Texas Blue Bonnet, hello. 1,000 thumbs up this video has. I don't get it. I don't. I guess, I mean, and the fact that he's searching, I can see giving a thumbs up for that. But I guess it's the way he goes about it for me that bothers me.
Myself,
but
if this looks
he's doing
familiar
more
to
than
you,
me, so who am I to judge, you know?
well, it is. It's Easy Days RV Park.
So Easy Days RV Park. This is even an RV park that Chris was at. Hey, Grim's Reaper. Flower Nana. So they weren't even at this place. Why would you go here?
And I'm just going to tell you what I'm doing. So Tammy and I came here, as you know, our video, we searched these woods, right? There's an RV sales place here. The park is there. And we had an idea that Sebastian could be here due to basically a psychic reading.
So a psychic reading sent them there to look twice now. A psychic reading. The psychic sent, so I guess that psychic is wrong. But let's fast forward a little bit. So they get a psychic reading. Here he comes with his flashlight, shovel in tow, ready to go, search the area.
The reason that bag was buried is because he got away.
Listen to that again. That was a grill cover.
RV or in a car. Harm's supposed to be done to him, or at least covered up. And the reason that bag was buried is because he got away.
So that bag was buried because Sebastian was in it, but he got away. That's literally what he just said. It was buried. You see that big hole it was buried in, titanium? This giant hole over here.
RV or in a car. Harm's supposed to be done to him, or at least covered up.
Look at that hole it was buried in. Can somebody riddle me how that would even fit in that hole? How would that hole even hide? Or how can it wouldn't even fit in that hole to bury it in that hole? Like, how does, but again, people eat this up. They do. They eat it up. They love it. They're, oh my gosh, you're a hero. You're a hero.
The reason
that little
that
tiny
bag
hole
was buried,
his head's bigger than that hole,
is because he got away. You know, ladies and gentlemen, listen.
See? Told you. His head's bigger than that hole. All right, let me not be too petty. So here's where we come to, this is where Pennywise.
Are these footprints?
Oh, footprints. You guys see the footprints? That would be one hell of a big footprint, my friend. And it would kind of be like almost dinosaur shaped. Like, look at that nail and that nail and that nail. How do you get a footprint out of that? I mean, if you're going to do that, at least be clever enough to put your own footprint there and then claim a footprint. Might as well with all the other antics you're going on. Come on. Where do you
Are those footprints?
Oh my God, you see the footprint where my foot just was? Conspiracy.
Boy, a teenager.
Footprints of a teenager. What would that look like?
This is the one she saw.
Oh my God, that's the one the psychic saw. This is supposed to be the footprint of a teenager, my friends. The footprint of a teenager. Oh, you're right, Allie P. Let me stop. Let me stop it. I don't know. That could be true. I shouldn't have said that. Hell, I got a big ass forehead, I'll tell you that. Do you love that? I love it too. Because I have determined, via myself, who the real raccoons are. But this is supposed to be the footprint of a teenager. First off, that would be the footprint of like a 5-year-old, to be honest. If it was even a footprint. It looks rather fresh. And I just don't believe that's a footprint at all. But what would I know? Right. 7 months later, Pants for Betty fundraiser. Don't give her any ideas. No more fundraisers, please.
It looks like a footprint to me.
Not to me, though.
Ladies, is he in here? Ladies and gentlemen, is he in here?
The only person or thing possible being in there, especially this time of year, would be Pennywise. Pennywise may be in the drain pipes. Yes, it is actually 8 months now, Jay. You are right. 8 months. And today's video, or the video on the screen of that day, the question was, is Sebastian in this tunnel? Now, that's the other thing, Donna. If that was footprints and that was a bag and all of that was pertaining to Sebastian, there would be tape and the FBI would be there. But he himself did not believe any of that to be evidential value, or he would have contacted the police, not made a YouTube video. Okay? And that's the part that I think goes over people's heads when they're watching this stuff and they are praising the efforts. What efforts? The efforts to taint possible evidence, the efforts to care more about filming and making a YouTube video. What efforts? Facts, Cambry. So if that's his footprint, he's go ahead and drop himself in a hole then? I mean, we're just going to walk over it?
I've got to go get a better flashlight. I thought this was good. Sebastian? You can't even see. It's so dark. Sebastian.
This is serious. He's serious. He's being for real right now. Again, this may come off as a parody, but it's not. Sadly, it's not. This is honestly happening. This is truly taking place.
Sebastian Rogers, my name is Michael. I'm here to help you.
Do you know what kind of lunatic you have to look like to sit there and bend into this tunnel right next to an RV park where people are probably looking out their little camper windows right now going, what the is this guy doing? Screaming into an empty drainage pipe a child's name, a missing child's name. This is weird. You got to admit, this is weird. This is a little, not normal, to say the least. Banana Butt. What a funny name. Yeah, I mean, imagine seeing this. Yes, imagine coming across this. And, right, or better yet, you think he'd bring the police. If he truly believed there was a chance that Sebastian was within this tunnel, he would have called the police. But he knows he's not. He just knows it's good content. Matter of fact, I'm going to come up with some good content later. Only teenagers this place would be Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. What's your favorite Ninja Turtle? Tell me in the chat. Which one's your favorite?
Are you in there, son? Son, I want to take you home to your dad, Seth Rogers. Are you in there? Can you hear?
Seth Rogers. The way he said that. I want to take you home to your dad, Seth Rogers. Really? That's your favorite? Leo? Donatello? Leo? Michelangelo? Donatello? Leonardo? Even at my age, I still don't know which is which. I just know the colors. I call that good content. He knows it's content that will sell to these people that A, are either gullible, or B, they just want something juicy. But no, you're right, Watcher. I don't think good content is what I should have said. Raphael, yeah, you're right. There's a better term for it. It's not good content. Michelangelo. Splinter. They used to call me Splinter because I look like a rat. They, as in these YouTubers that are anti-bullying channels. Hear
me? Okay, I'm going to go get another flashlight so I can possibly see better.
I'll come right back, Sebastian. I'm going to get another flashlight so I can see you.
I'm not here to harm you. I'm here to help you.
Send donations for another flashlight. Who's Polo? Marco.
Bring you home.
Yeah. I know them by their colors.
So the guy washing
There
the,
you go. Leandra got me. The
you
purple
hear the
one.
thing there.
Look at all those RVs
I
nearby.
gave him a flyer.
Look at that again. We got all these RVs right here.
You hear the thing there.
And we're going to turn around.
I gave him a flyer.
You got a business right here. But he is somehow believing there is a child.
He's going to be on the outlook. He does not know. He didn't even know this pipe was here.
That has been living in his pipe for 8 months. How do you think he presented this to the employees at this place? Hey, excuse me, sir. Can I speak to you for a moment? Yeah, how you doing? Are you looking to buy an RV? Well, no. I'm actually looking to make content for YouTube with my shovel and a flashlight. I was wondering, so there's a missing child and there's a drainage pipe, and a psychic told me that the child is in the drainage pipe on your property. Can I go look and call his name in? Tooth Barilla, I think he is serious. Hey, Annette, good morning. I hope you're well as well. I mean, come on. Are you serious with this? A psychic told me. Right, a psychic told me. I like the Power Rangers.
Along with
The
the
pink one, of
email and
course.
what this person. So I'm going to get another flashlight. So I got to go and get another flashlight. It's a Home Depot just down the street, and I'll be back. But
Yeah, just drag it out a little
not
bit.
just with what that person said.
Look at all the water that has come from that drainage pipe, and he still believes somehow somebody was living in that drainage pipe for 8 months now? Look at it all. You think 8 months?
But I've had other people in emails
There it all goes.
say to me that Sebastian was surrounded by concrete. We talk about concrete all the time.
Who was emailing this man saying that this boy is surrounded by concrete? And we all know why. Because Chris Proudfoot does construction. That's the only reason why. Or big old rats. I mean, honestly. Hey, Deborah, good morning. Incognito. Burrito. I could stick it out for a few weeks, maybe. Living in there?
I found concrete patches and bags. And so the question is, was he putting concrete? Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's a concrete. It is a concrete tunnel for drainage.
You don't say a concrete tunnel for drainage? How many of those are around the world? And listen, again, here's the thing. He's talking about finding concrete in a bag and shit. It's just weird stuff. Here's the thing. If he really was searching because he truly believed in his heart and was searching all of the tunnels, I absolutely would give him credit for that. I do believe those type of areas need to be searched, double searched, triple searched. But the fact remains, he is outside of a campsite that, as far as we know, the Proudfoots have not visited, screaming a missing child's name into a tunnel. I completely agree, Lady K9. It's insane. Right, he's making this a production. It's not because he believes. Release Sebastian's pipe after 8 months now. He is delirious. He needs to have a gag order from FBI and the mother. I mean, what if he really believed it? He would call the police and say, listen, I have reason to believe I'm over here now. I see what I think to be a footprint. I found what I believe to be a bag that he was in, that he escaped from, buried in this 1-inch hole. But instead, he makes a YouTube video. He didn't believe it. But you know who believes it? The 1,000 people that hit the thumbs up. And that breaks my heart because a lot of them are just desperate for some type of answer. And there's not many people searching or video searching. So they give credit for that, which again, I give credit to. I am glad that he is out there looking, even in these bizarre places. It's the production of it all that I can't get behind.
Drainage runoff, and apparently goes nowhere. I mean, maybe it's so long.
It goes nowhere.
So, is it possible that he is surrounded by concrete as he stays in this tunnel?
I wouldn't
for
doubt it,
protection
Andy.
from the weather.
It's the only thing that makes sense.
And whoever was trying to harm him.
Oh,
I know.
so he went from escaping this bag that I don't even think would hold. But, you know, whatever. I mean, they're very flimsy. Girl covers are very flimsy if it's a girl cover. So he escapes from that bag, and now he's hiding in that to escape and hide from whoever's after him and or the weather. And people are like, yes, hit the thumbs up. He waits till he gets the actual place, like if he's been looking there all day, and then starts recording. I don't pay that much attention. Hey, jammers. I just can't.
Oh, on the outset, it sounds seriously crazy. I get that. But look, I'm here.
So, but see, he says it right there. I know it looks completely crazy, but look, I'm here. Because he knows at the very minimum, people are going to give him credit for at least looking. And I don't even know if it's worthy of that at this point.
I scheduled you to get over here so I got to find out.
Clear this schedule.
Right now, I can confidently say no one's replying to me. No one.
Did you look in there? You should look in there too.
No one's responding to me when I say his name. I've said his name. You heard me. I've done it twice now. Said his name 3 times I've been there, but on the second time and then just now, I brought up Seth's name because
So he already looked in this tunnel 3 times before getting out the camera. Okay, 3 times. Now he shows us, look, I'm at a Home Depot. I bought flashlights. You know, again, I'm spending my hard-earned money on this. I've taken off work for this. I've changed my schedule for this.
Right.
All these people, nobody would notice a teenager coming in and out of a tunnel. And not only that, but you think Sebastian is that fucking simple that somebody could just put him in a tunnel to hang out and he wouldn't come out? Honestly. Like, yeah, they were like, go in there, son, don't come out. And 8 months later, he's still cramped in this tiny hole sitting there. No, you're right, Mia. You're absolutely right. I didn't even think of that.
Like the guy was saying, they're unlocked. Someone could get in there if they needed to take shelter.
Get in where? I'm sorry. I fast forward. Oh, empty RVs. Wouldn't it be more reasonable then to believe that he would be in one of those empty RVs than he would be in this tunnel? Again, did he search these RVs? And there was a child, I believe he was 13, who ran away, and he did stay. And there was a little girl as well who did this. And they did stay in empty trailers. So, yeah, I can understand maybe searching these empty trailers, but you're really bending down, screaming into a drainage pipe? I mean, come on. But again, people like it because 1,000 likes on it.
Even that.
The comments are praising them.
Okay, so
here we go again. Brighter flashlight.
Sebastian.
There's the end of the tunnel. You can see it.
Okay, so.
Right, you're right. Drainage pipe. I didn't know why I'm saying tunnel.
More to come.
Hey, Janae.
We're going all the way back there now.
Climb in.
Sebastian.
Look, there's all this water. You saw all the water. It came out of it. There would be some type of markings that somebody was living in there.
Sebastian Rogers.
Oh my God, there's initials DW. Don Wells was there. I solved it. DW. You say it? DW. What did dogs? I'm just kidding. That's what these people will do to you, though. And I shouldn't even highlighted that as a joke because now people will run with that. There's red marking. Is it blood? First off, I'm joking right now. I'm saying this in a mocking way. Just let's make that very clear. I'm mocking this right now. This is what they would do. Oh, there is red. It could be blood. And it says DW. Who is DW? Don Wells. Who is Don Wells related to? Well, Jacqueline, people that deserve it, okay? People that deserve it. Do you think it's normal for a grown man to videotape himself searching in a drainage pipe, screaming out a missing child's name for content? Talking about, look at the footprints. Look at the bag I found buried that he likely escaped. I mean, come on. It's ridiculous.
Sebastian Rogers, are you in here?
No.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this thing's echoing back, and it was freaking me out at first, but I thought somebody.
Oh, no way. You don't say. A tunnel format is echoing back. Oh.
I was answering them, but they're not. It's my own words.
Oh, it's just
So
yourself.
take a look.
Okay.
Just so you can see.
We're taking a look.
It's
Take a
clear.
look. Is in the book. I seen a spider web, which means nobody's been there. You see the back of it right here. But just a second ago, you did see a spider web.
Just so you can see.
See that spider web right here? Nobody's been in there. I mean, come on. This guy is a joke. What is more concerning me is BJ, who's making comparisons between Sebastian's parents and other parents who off their kids. Oh, I remember somebody having quite a fit. So that's ironic. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Wow. There are too many houses, trailers, double wides that have been abandoned and foreclosed on. The banks check those places every month or two. Someone was holding and hiding him. I agree. That sounds more reasonable, Toots. I agree with that. Snazzy Trinkets, thank you, by the way. I really appreciate you.
It's clear.
It's clear. I'm glad it's clear. You just mentioned a spider web.
There we go. See that? It's clear. I can see it better with the naked eye. I feel comfortable. That is clear. I'm going to try one more time. Sebastian Rogers. Hello?
Even though he just clearly stated it's clear. You can see all the way through. You can see a spider web. He's still going to say that child's name.
We're looking for you, son, if you're in here.
Then he's going to go further. I just saw the back of this tunnel, son, and I know you're not in here, but I'm going to say your name again to see if you're in here, because in case it wasn't clear that I already said you're not in here. Come on.
It's clear.
Not even funny.
It's clear. It goes a long way back. It looks like it just ends.
Hey, AT. Good morning, my friend. He just said, looks like it just ends. It just comes to an end. Before he said there is no end.
There's like food. So there's nothing in here that shows somebody's been in here. Okay.
So why are we still here?
Let me make sure.
Why are we still here, and why even upload it? Honestly, why are we still here, and why even upload it if you already clarified there is no way anybody was there? But it doesn't end there, folks. Oh, no. Now we got to highlight the bread. So we got footprints, a bag, and bread. It is cruel. It's absolutely cruel.
There it is. There's no.
There it is. There's the flashlight that I bought today. Spent my hard-earned money on with my walking stick. At least he has a walking stick. I'll give him that. These people pretend they even care about Seth. And they do shit like this.
The light owner. All right.
You can hear the water trickling out. You can literally hear the water.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, behind me, the pipe.
The pipe that had nothing.
Surrounded by concrete. Thinking there's a chance Sebastian could be in there, or maybe was in there at one point.
He just says again, even after he just clarified there's nobody in there, he can see the end of it, there's no signs of anybody being in there, there's spider webs, he says again that he believes he could be in there or could have lived in there.
Thinking there's a chance Sebastian could be in there, or maybe was in there at one point in time.
Oh.
You seen from the video I just showed. I've called his name multiple times.
Oh my God.
Went and got a new flashlight.
There's a person right here. You don't think this person would notice there was a teenager living there?
I got two things. I got like a lantern. I got this beam.
Let me show you what I spent my hard-earned money on, so you can all cash at me and super chat me for my amazing efforts.
It just really throws a big beam.
Yay, big beams.
So it looks like this thing just ends at the very back.
Did he?
There's no light coming out. But a couple of things. No one's in there. No one's in there, so no one's responding to me. And it doesn't look like anyone's ever been in there. Like,
Nobody's in there, so nobody's responding to me. You don't say. Followed by, it doesn't look like anybody's ever been in there, but just 15 seconds ago, he said he believes that Sebastian could be in there or could have lived in there at some point, right? Now he's going to admit, I mean, you don't even know which one you want to go with here, sir.
like trying to live, or, you know, discarded food or trash or clothes or anything like that, blankets. So as much as I wanted Sebastian to come running out of there and
Come running out of that tunnel? You mean crawling?
we get him to safety and get him taken care of, and he'd be alive. Unfortunately, he's not here at this point in time, or if he may have never been here. But I'm going to check another place. I told you
Where are we looking next? The trees? I'll never forget when Betty said, when looking for summer wells, did anybody check the trees? Maybe she fell asleep in the tree. She said that, and she was serious. Did anybody check the trees? Maybe Summer Wells fell asleep in the tree. So although he acknowledged he doesn't believe anybody's ever been there, right? He's going to go on to highlight a piece of bread. Maybe that was in the beginning, because I didn't watch this entirety, because there's no reason to. But it's stick in it. Oh no, a water bottle and a blanket.
Before anybody asks, 1 million people could be sleeping on that.
Then why film it? Then why film it? If he believes that this is nothing, 1 million people can be sleeping on it before anybody asks in a video called Searching for Sebastian Rogers, then why film it? Call the police. If you believe that Sebastian could have been in this area and you were filming it as such, then why didn't you call the police? Yeah, can we get my thumbs up to 1,000? I mean, gee, this is what it takes.
Now they have security cameras too.
Oh, to top it off, they have security cameras. Why didn't he mention that in the beginning before he's screaming into a freaking tunnel?
They've never seen someone that matches Sebastian's description. But this is why I came in here.
That's why he came in, because of a blanket and water bottles. Thank you, Lonnie.
Before anybody asks, 1 million people
OG Fish
sleeping on that. So could Sebastian.
So could Sebastian. You had to throw that in. Then why aren't you contacting the police and saying, listen, I have reason to believe, because he knows it's BS. He knows it. Contact the police and say, listen, officers, I have reason to believe that Sebastian Rogers was in this tunnel at some point. Right nearby is blanket and a bunch of water bottles. I know there's a homeless camp there, but for whatever reason, my heart and the psychic in my email is telling me that Sebastian Rogers may have been here. It doesn't hurt to do that. What does hurt is to walk around as if you were a professional search and rescue person and taint possible evidence. That does hurt. That hurts a lot.
Everything, see, and what they told me, and what I believe.
Why don't you take a moment to clean up the trash there? That would be a good thing to do. Clean up the trash. But no, you'll get your little filming from it and walk away, and, you know, why not have a trash bag with you and start picking up all the trash you see? I give a thumbs up for that.
I'm not thinking, but see all this trash? This is a pipe too. In the concrete pipe, I was looking for stuff like
So that is proof that he filmed this, edited, and still put it up. And there he goes pointing out concrete. Do you know how much broken pieces of concrete are everywhere, especially in like the woods and by creeks and
this, because that would have shown me somebody might have been in there. I'm gonna have to say at this point in time, I definitely appreciate the tip. I came here for it. I think the person's super nice. They know who they are. I won't mention their name.
they're a psychic.
And I'm sure that what they're seeing maybe have something to do with Sebastian's disappearance, but I don't think it's here.
But yet, the Proudfoots, either before or after, because nobody knows, take a photo off of a drone before or after their search efforts, and I'm assuming it was before, and they get torn to bits for it. But this guy gives praise to the high heavens? Did he come in the clown car? Oh my God, Captain Avi, I don't even know where. I don't even know where he came from. Some of his videos were good, I'm not going to lie. Some of the videos I was interested in, I was actually appreciative of. But this is just a mockery at this point. This is just a way to keep that going. That's it, that's all. And you can't convince me otherwise. Maybe he had good intent at first. But now you can't make me it has to be for the views at this point. No other reason to upload this. Your efforts were fruitless. There were no signs of it. But yet he started off the video giving people hope that Sebastian would respond in that tunnel. Left the location to go buy a flashlight to make sure nobody was in that tunnel. Continues filming, goes home and edits all of this, and still puts it up on YouTube, starting people off with the hope and ending it this way. I mean, why? Why?
I don't think it's here.
I don't think so. I think he said he gets tips.
Let me go through. Did I come through here? I came through there, so let me go through here. It's kind of intertwines. Yeah.
And again, I'm
I mean, if you wanted to hide a person or anything, I mean, look, got plenty of room. Just put someone right here, and no one's gonna see me.
Oh, that's weird.
I just don't think it was done.
There's millions.
So Sebastian supposedly comes out at night from the tunnel, and he's
now we're back on the tunnel. Now we're back on him living in this tunnel that he already acknowledged is impossible. Let's listen now. Let me not interrupt. Let's hear it.
So Sebastian supposedly comes out at night from the tunnel, and he's not in the tunnel, and he's not here. I think we can rule that out. I'm gonna go back over here for one more, and then I'm gonna check. They have a little ravine. They took me out back of their shop. They have a little ravine. And they said I was more than welcome to walk through there.
So if he comes out at night, he doesn't, because it doesn't happen, and you know it. Right, with all the cameras that already admittedly said they do not see him. They've never seen anybody that even looked like him.
And I'm also going to stop next door. Business.
Absolutely, probably.
And yeah, look at this. You see this right?
Trooper's mom. If you don't think this man is intentionally uploading these videos, supposedly driving for hours to search for sweet Sebastian in a drainage tunnel. See, that's how I know you're one of the idiots that just listen to the idiots, because you claim I'm in a basement. You claim I'm in a basement. Do you know how stupid you sound? You know how stupid you sound? Should I have my audience send me to Tennessee to search? Would that be your idea? Raise a bunch of money, pretend I'm going to go search for Sebastian and go scream in the tunnels, and then upload the video knowing he's not in there? That's your idea of this is what you're praising? This is what you're praising? This man claims that he found evidence. A bag that held Sebastian. He found bread, found a blanket, found all the water bottles. He found footmarks. Where are the police at, Trooper's mom? If his intent is real, where are the police at? Wouldn't that be the first thing you would do, is contact the police if you believed any of this? He doesn't believe any of this, but your gullible ass does. Don't be angry at us because we don't fall for the shit that you're falling for. But here you are listening, Trooper's mom. Hang on tight, you fool. Ridiculous.
There's some water. I don't think it's deep enough or anything. Sebastian?
Oh, here we go again, just in case.
Sebastian Rogers. You know, I've thought about doing this. Sebastian,
Did you think about
my
it?
name is Michael.
You thought
Can you
about it.
hear me?
Can you hear me? He's not.
See, I thought about doing this.
He's not even yelling. He's yelling for you all. He's not even yelling this out.
Hendersonville, the last time I was there. And I be honest, I didn't.
He just said nobody was seeing him put a body there, but we just saw a car right there drive by.
Last time I was there.
Right here. That's how close he is to a road.
And I be honest, I didn't. Because I just didn't think he would be with us anymore. And I really think that's still the case.
There you go, Trooper's mom. This man just admitted to you that he doesn't believe Sebastian's alive. So why is he out there screaming his name and searching in tunnels? Can you answer that, Trooper's mom? I'll wait for your answer. Let's wait to see her answer. This man just admitted to all of you that he didn't even call out this boy's name in Hendersonville because he doesn't believe he's alive. And yet he's standing here going like this, Sebastian? He's not really screaming because he knows there's nothing to scream for. He just told you he doesn't think he's alive, but you think he's doing this for anything other than content? I can't wait to hear you spew on your initiative too. What? Are you okay, Trooper's mom? Are you okay? Did you hear what this man just told you all? He doesn't even believe in his own search efforts, Trooper's mom. You know what that means? This is clicks and views from fools like you. No wonder he barely screamed. He doesn't believe himself.
See, I thought about doing this in Hendersonville.
Let's hear it again.
Can you hear me?
You think that's screaming?
Can you hear me?
Can who hear you? Nobody, because you're whispering. Who would hear you?
Can you hear me? See, I thought about doing this in Hendersonville the last time I was there. And I be honest, I didn't. Because I just didn't think he would be with us anymore. And I really think that's still the case. But, you know, I mean, I'm out here.
What's your answer to that, Trooper? And I'll tell you what, I'll go as far as to say, how do we even know he even drove hours away? How do we know he's not in his own woods down the street? Kenny Miller, that would be more appreciative, actually. If he just walked around the nature trips and, you know, I don't know, spoke about the facts of Sebastian, that would actually be good. But is he, though, Missy Michelle? Is he searching? Is he really searching? Well, obviously, you all believe that him right here screaming out this child's name, too, but we all know it isn't.
Business.
Let's hear it again.
And, yeah, look at this. You see this right here? There's some water. I don't think it's deep enough for anything. Sebastian? Sebastian Rogers.
Of course you believe I'm yelling if you believe this is yelling. Huh. This man admitted to you all he doesn't even believe the child's alive. But you're out here praising his search efforts of looking into freaking tunnels. Again. But he is. Trooper's mom is exactly what he's doing. You think it's better if I go on a pretend search? Is that better? I can do that. I can go on a pretend search. We can go look for Bigfoot tonight. Would that be better for you, Trooper's mom? That just shows your maturity level. Haters will be haters. It's your maturity level. That's exactly why you support crap like this. Because it's not about the child. It's not about the reality. It's not about the actual search efforts. It's about the hate. It makes you feel good, doesn't it, Trooper's mom? You're part of a troop. You're part of the good side, the side on the right side of history. That's why you do it. Because you are a hateful spirit. And you feel part of now. I'm part of the cool crowd. Because the haters are going to hate. Bet you freaking Taylor Swift as you're driving too, feeling all cool. Just left BHB's chat. Haters gonna hate, hate, hate. I mean, your maturity level is like baffling. You want to talk about somebody else? Point out the obvious makes me a hater? Point out how this guy's taking advantage of all of the poor suckers like yourself makes me a hater? That sucks. For your mentality.
You know, I thought about doing this. Sebastian, my name is Michael. Can you hear me? See, I thought about doing this in Hendersonville the last time I was there. And I, be honest, I didn't, because I just didn't think he would be with us anymore. I really think that's still the case.
So if he doesn't believe that Sebastian's with us anymore, then what was the Walmart site in? Why, like, what is any of this? That right there should tell you everything you need to know.
But, you know, I mean, I'm out here. And what if he's here? Sebastian? Sebastian Rogers? That's another area with stuff. So these little, where these trees clump together like this.
You know, it's so funny. They always say that. Who just wrote that? They always say that, like, oh, Granny's in a basement or this or that. But the same people that are constantly saying that are the same ones that literally never leave their house. I've gone live from the shore, from the zoo. I go live outside. I garden. I show you all my garden. I'm constantly going to all these events. Out of every creator that claims I just live and stay in a basement, that spread this narrative, they're the ones that don't even leave their computer chairs to go shower, right? Let alone go outside and get fresh air. Matter of fact, when they do, in the very rare moments they turn on their cameras, you can see for yourselves that the sun does not even touch them. The only time any of these people, including Betty herself, leave is when they're appearing for a court hearing or they're doing a pretend search, okay? Yes, I'm delusional because I believe that Katie and Chris are searching, right? And you believe they're not because you don't see footage of them searching. Because you live on the internet where you think if it's not filmed, it doesn't exist. It doesn't happen. I mean, you're just, I know, click, click, click. You're helping my views, by the way. So I just hope you keep running your stupidity in this chat. Show everybody who the actual hate channels are and the type of shit you people say. While you go over there and claim to be Sebastian's army, trooper strong. You're an embarrassment, is what you are. You're an absolute embarrassment. You threw that in there to try to give yourself some type of credibility, when in all actuality, you're a hateful person. You yourself are a hateful person. Hey, Lake Erie. I love it. Why doesn't he just admit that he doesn't believe any of these tips he's so-called getting, because he doesn't believe Sebastian's even alive, and that he's doing all this because of fools like Missy and fools like Trooper and the rest of them that are praising this man for his efforts? Maybe you're, yeah, that's it. You're very logical. Ha, ha, ha. What an idiot. What a stupid comment. Bless your heart. I'm not on here for hours. Not me. Maybe you're paying me to up your views. Ah! Yeah, that's it. You got me. I'll send your cash up after. Like, what kind of comment is that? That really just shows you what you are. Anyway, let's move on, because that's not the end of it. Oh, our girl came out with a new one. Oh, wait. Maybe I should let her get the views first before I play it. That was so silly, Joe Madre. It didn't even make sense. Yeah, maybe you're that, but that's the level that these people are at, and that's sad. And it's sad. That is that. Remember, we were questioning it, right? Is it gullibility? Is it IQ level? And I think we got our answer right there. That just proves everything. I'm over the moon disappointed with these delusional people. Some people don't choose to record their life. And you don't know Chris and Katie are or are not searching because they don't record it. That is my point. Miss Liverbird, thank you so much for the PayPal. Trooper, I appreciate you. Thank you. You helped me today. Good morning, Simplify. Oh God, that mess again. Is she being paid by TTT, BHB, or the Proudfoots? I don't know. I don't think they can even figure out. Apparently, we're all being paid, but you never see them in here super chatting or, you know, sending cash outs for beating up B-Socks or any of that. You should, Trooper's mom, but you might have to learn a few things first. If you think anybody can do this, good luck to you. Where's the videos of Seth searching? So he hasn't filmed it. It didn't happen, right? Well, no, what he does instead is he sends photo opportunities via Tony Mathis to the news for them to report that he's supposedly searching. But his own now team members, anybody else remember when Narc Divers came out and gave us a little informative video on how the sonars work and how he knows without a doubt that they weren't really searching because of that sonar told him that they weren't? Put a 1 in the chat if anybody else remembers that. I will, Troopers Mom. Thank you for helping me get that money. I'll be taking my kids to a fall event today, so all the tips actually help. So thank you. Thank you for helping. Again, I won't tell you all you keep my lights on, but you do help, that's for sure. Poor thing doesn't even realize she doesn't already have a channel. She's the type to just click yes. That's a good idea, unique boutique. That's a good idea. Are you by chance there volunteering your time? I don't blame Chris and Katie for not going on camera for anything. Why? For people, right? They take a photo and they were torn to bits for that. I mean, think about that. They were torn to bits for a photo. Dissect it. Oh my gosh, be Tim. Thank you so much. Look at all these ones. Yes, I need new tires, OG. Thank you for reminding me. And the price of gas. Seriously, thank you, B10. That was really nice of you. Thank you. But joking aside, this is what they're doing. I just doesn't make sense. A lot of ones in the chat. So yeah. And now he's part of their team and he's pushing his narrative. Well, he kind of remains silent while his new partner pushes the narrative that all these people are being threatened and their search efforts are being derailed. Matter of fact, listen to this clip. I forgot I had this. And this right here to me tells you what it's all about. Give me 1 second. Oh my gosh, I forgot. Totally forgot I had this. Hold on. I gotta upload this. Can't believe I forgot about it. Here it is. This will take 1 second to upload, and yeah, wait till you all hear this and see this. Yeah, they can't go anywhere. They're always being judged and torn apart. And listen, I guess the same could be said for Seth, right? I mean, let's be honest. I personally nitpick a lot that he does as well. But that's because that's what these people are doing to the Proudfoots. And Seth actually has reason to be judged, in my opinion. But then again, they feel they have a reason to judge the Proudfoots. So that's all I'm saying is that everybody's, arguing based on their own personal beliefs. And it's become so personal because, in my opinion, the only reason a lot of people involved themselves, Betty, BJ, and chose the sides they did is to go after others that they dislike, that are seeing it differently. I've made my own opinion, no influence. Community is living this nightmare. All the BS from both sides. I'm not a follower. Then why would you support what he was doing, Trooper Mom? Do you want to come up and have a conversation? Why would you support what that man is doing, knowing that it's full of BS? Thank you so much, Divine. Thank you. I actually want to try to cook using the pumpkin this year. Matter of fact, half of you locals spread fuck shit, so I don't give a damn. Damn me, ain't that the truth? Seth has a search, in my opinion. Yeah, have you seen him out there searching, troopers? It's a good question. If you're local, don't they always say they're local? You ever notice that? They come in, they spew their hate narrative, call everybody else haters, and then they claim, well, I'm a local. Like that gives them some type of upper hand or some type of, like, what does that matter? Gary, I don't think you've ever sent a super sticker. Thank you. Right, Mia, they do, don't they? They always come in, they're nasty, they seek attention, then they say, I'm a local. Like, gee, if that's what the locals are like, then ooh. Too early to be this messy and disturbed. Cajun's mother-in-law. Who's Cajun? Get a neck pumpkin for making it for pie. What's a neck pumpkin? Looking out your front window must be considering searching. Looking on for panels and creators and drama and, I mean, why can't they just give credit to the fact that we saw a photo of Chris and Katie looking, searching, or at least with searchers, because we didn't see them searching, and we know that for 2 days they allegedly searched. Thank you, Gina. That's really nice. Thank you so much, Pistol Amy, for the gifted membership. CBS and YouTubers have failed. I never said Seth was searching. They all failed. Then why come in so hostile? But I wouldn't say YouTubers have failed, but I don't understand how you were just praising what he was doing, but now saying this. I don't know, Trooper's mom. Maybe you just rolled off the wrong side of the bed today. You didn't get your coffee. I don't know. Bless it. But I'm about to play you all a video. I don't think Trooper's mom wants to come up and talk. Where'd our friend Brittany go, by the way? Neck pumpkin has a long neck on it, not to be confused with the stem. Sorry. What would you do, Trooper's mom? Yeah. What would you do differently? Oh, you're still in bed. Okay, that's the problem. I'm sorry. Trooper's mom, get you some coffee and come back to chat. I think you may find out. You may fit in a little more here than you think you do, okay? Can you be an expert in gossip? All right, this video is almost uploaded. Wait till you see this. It's hard without a little boost this time of morning, to be fair. That's what I said. Maybe she just needs her coffee. It's all right. Get your coffee and come back. There are other ways to spread awareness, help find Sebastian actual boots on the ground. Thank you. I've been saying this. Like when people are like, well, why aren't you searching? Oh, that's the only way to do of anything of use. All right, let me grab this video. Wait till you guys see this. Where's my videos? View my channel. Videos. Can you all please take a moment to hit that thumbs up? Somebody came backstage and blew me a kiss, but I don't know who that was. Agent 99 is okay when someone prays for someone's demise and for them to kick the bucket about people still waiting an answer. Like what Clue said about people? What are you talking about? Seth put himself out there in a negative way. I still feel bad for him as a parent, but not as a person because of his behavior. Katie, I feel horrible for. Yeah, I don't think people realize that. We can have empathy for people and still think that they're crap people. It happens all the time. Oh, okay. That sounds relaxing, to be honest. Good for you. Listening to hate channels, I decided to come here for myself and listen. You have good points and views. Thank you, Courtney West. I don't people are under this delusion that I don't see the red flags that have come out from Chris and Katie. It's not true. I just don't see nearly as much as I do with Beth. That's all. That's all it is. Let me fix this. And then let me also add you into it. Where'd all my camera slots go? And then I have to play this video. Wait till you guys see this. Oh, I see what's going on now. Okay. Sorry, friends. Give me 1 second. It did just upload. I'm just fixing this so we can let our guest up. That is not our new friend that is in bed eating breakfast and enjoying a nice hot cup of coffee on this nice fall morning. Oh, welcome, Racken. Hey, BSIM. Thank you for becoming a member.
What's up? How you doing?
Oh, okay. Scared me for
It's like just for a moment because I was muted for a moment. I was drinking coffee when you let me up, so I was like a little silenced for a moment.
I had somebody come backstage and blow me a kiss and then get down. It
You're
was a
like,
woman too, so I'm like, I don't know.
You about to kick me immediately? Like, okay, that was not fast enough. Your response was too slow. But I mean, the problem with me is like everyone. I think honestly, the only people that actually did a real legitimate search was the police and also SF. I don't feel as though Silver's on the scene or even Seth or any of those actually did an actual legitimate search, because the problem is they never actually created a map afterwards showing they searched this area, nor did they do grid searches, nor did they
That's
actually
the
know what they
point.
were doing. I mean, like I actually think it's a negative when you do stuff like what Silver's on the scene and Seth has done. Actually, you're doing more damage because then you give the illusion that you actually did a search. People don't want to search those areas anymore, and they could have missed something because it was disorganized and it
That's
wasn't
very true. Well, I will say SF has stated that the initial searches weren't very organized either.
Yeah. And that's what I think, like a lot of people don't realize, like sometimes doing a search that's not organized can be worse than not doing a search at all. And that's because at least when, if you say, well, they didn't search, you can actually go to those areas and do a professional search. But then, when now you got everyone thinking those areas been searched by, this Silver's on the scene. But the truth of the matter is, he's just doing things for show. Everything
Right.
for show at this point.
Well, like, let's think about it. If he really believed what he was saying, one, he would have contacted police. Two, we can tell he edited that video. So he still led the audience in beginning to believe there was hope he would find Sebastian in there. And then, by the end, he's like, no, I don't even think he's alive. If that was, if, gosh forbid, he saw footprints, he found a bag, he found a blanket, he found, water bottles, all of that would have been tainted if he did come across something.
I mean, the truth of the matter is that the guy, I don't even know what job he had in real life. He's like literally, I don't even know what he's doing, but how does he have an understanding of evidence collection, of how to actually procedures or anything? He's just a guy who just basically decided to start a YouTube channel and buy a shovel at a local Walmart. That's pretty much it. And like he might say, well, his intentions are pure, which I doubt, but let's just give him the benefit of the doubt. His intentions are pure. He's still messing up badly. He's not doing the proper steps, what you need to do for a professional search.
Right, which is why they don't want regular citizens out there sleuthing without any type of training.
Yeah, I think you actually hurt the situation a lot. Another thing I found interesting is that Nick the Hat actually decided to lower. I think he did a new missing thing, and he only mentioned 75,000.
Oh,
And 25,000 is coming from him. But I'm like, wait a minute, I thought it was 100,000, and why isn't Dog's money being mentioned now? That the 100,000.
did dog drop out? Did dog catch wind?
I don't know, but if you look
My
at if you look at the recent missing persons photo from Mr. Nick the Hat, I don't know if you're blocked. I don't know, but you might be
No,
blocked. But if you look at it, it says it changes from 100,000 to 75,000.
Oh. Yeah, he does have a $4 million judgment against him. That's really interesting. I am wondering, because I do know that there were people that were like, well, I talked to Dog's daughter or son or whatever, and they're unaware of any of this.
Here's the actual link to the Twitter
I wonder
thing.
if they found out. Gosh, I
You
don't
know,
even want to click this guy's damn Twitter.
but if you
All
just
right,
read
let's
it, you can just read it yourself, and you see that he's just saying that he's doing $25,000 now, and it's 75,000.
Age 16. He still has the age wrong. Is this old or new?
This is posted on. He just like kind of reposted this.
Oh, so he still has the age wrong, but the FBI is offering a reward of 50,000. I will add an additional 25,000 for information leading to Sebastian or evidence of his whereabouts. 25K. Look, manhunts.
Yeah, and if you actually go to his thing, it says post. He reposted this on October 2nd. So he had
Oh.
posted this old thing from September 2nd and then reposted on October 2nd. So either he's like, messing up, or I think like I really doubt that Mr. Dog the Bounty Hunter is giving 25,000. I doubt. Now apparently his lawyer has commented and says yes, he will be handing in the 25K. So let's say he has 25K.
Well, we're gonna trust his lawyer. You know what I
Well,
mean? And then
well,
check this out, B-Tim. Hashtag Sebastian Rogers. My message to those helping the individuals responsible. We will find you. My friends come in hot. Ask Danilo Cavalcante. He had nothing to do with capturing Danilo Cavalcante. Joshua Zimmerman, nothing to do with it. I don't know Greg or Christina or Jack, but I doubt he had anything. The list is endless. Everybody involved should expect contact from us, whether it be via phone, in person, or by other means. I promise you, we are coming, and we are bringing the cab. There he goes, the cavalry. Shows you tiptoe around the facts. There's a teenage boy missing or dead. This ends soon. And again, this was back in, well, he did this September 2nd. And we're now a month in, and they still have not even entered Tennessee with their cavalry.
Yeah, I mean, and you would think that like Dog would actually, I don't know if Dog's actually in the state of Tennessee, but you would think this would be like a good time to go down there since, it got flooded and you can help out maybe in other ways as well. You can search, you can help out just like SF did. He did a search, then he helped out some people who were flooded, but I don't know where he's at. I don't know what the hell Dog is doing. No clue. Dog will pay 25K after the FBI gives him 50K.
I can look at it. But this doesn't even make sense to me because, again, he had nothing to do with the capture of Danilo Cavalcante. And I told you all that he was trying to imply that. Listen, I was there. He had nothing, and I mean nothing to do with it. If anything, he sat in a van and filmed a cornfield.
Yeah, well, maybe he gave the dog some dog treats, and that gave that dog the perp it needed, like the pep it needed to go after Cavalcante. That
He
dog
would probably claim that, but yeah.
that dog, he might have gave him some good dog treats, that dog. Just saying.
Can we point out how we won Trooper's mom over? Now they're being nice. They got their coffee. They've had their little meal. Now, there you go, Troopers. You don't have to come in hot and heavy. We can all get along here. Check this out. I want you guys to see this. So I caught this the other day, and I found it really interesting, to say the least. This is after the claims of, like, we were on our way there with dogs and, derailed, but we're still. And I thought they said the same thing from the elite team, that they were on their way to Tennessee and they're still on their way. But anyway, listen to this really quick.
2 miles an hour. Well, then
Let me put them behind us.
This chick was like, because in the channels where they all talk shit about you,
yeah,
this chick in there, she was like, what if he gets a serpentine belt in the mail with a cool little note on it?
the hell.
I was like,
What if he gets a serpentine belt in the mouth, a cool little note on it? Because it's a little hard to understand him, but that's what he said. That's somebody that a chatter said.
why don't you buy all the parts I had to replace because of the fucking belt coming?
Now he's going to list all the money he had to spend because of the belt. Up, it's loading, but we know the purpose of this beats him, right? I mean, now mention all the money you had to spend.
Of course, we all know that. We all know that.
I don't know why it stopped loading. Hold on.
It's the violin. Just cue in the small violin music, and you know exactly what's up.
Right. But what comes next is very interesting.
I don't know, man. It just seems wild to me. You go.
I was going to say, and then to say, like, they didn't report it to the police because the police would laugh at them, but yet you come on the internet and make it this big, like, mystery and spend, like, hours trying to determine the type of car it was and all the cameras and no recordings. You mean like the belt Chris B smashing with? Was that a serpentine belt, CBI, that he spanked him with? Was that a serpentine belt? I don't know. I don't think so. I think it was like an actual belt. But good one. All right, let me see if it loads. All right, let me do this one. That one's not loading for some reason.
Is that the evil CJ guy?
It was like,
Yeah.
'cause, you know, in the channels where they all talk shit about you.
Yep.
This chick in there, she was like, "What if he gets a serpentine belt in the mail with a cool little note on it?"
The
I
hell?
was like, "Yeah. Why don't you buy all the parts I had to replace because of the fucking belt coming off? How about that too? Just send it all."
And that's Narc Divers.
Wouldn't
It
be
ain't fun
funny.
when you're broke down, man, and you're fucking miles
Huh?
away from home.
Send the coil packs, the spark plugs, the thermostat for gauge for the coolant, oxygen sensor. You can send it all.
Send it.
I know she can too, because she'd be going to all these channels donating like $200 or $300 a pop, dude.
Now, B10, have you seen anybody go to any channels donating $200 to $300 a pop, dude?
Not a pop. I've seen Easy E donate like a crap ton of money. I've seen some people donate some money, but I that's the only time I've seen someone actually donate over like $300. To be honest with you.
Yeah, they're claiming this as a female that goes to all these, you know, quote unquote hate channels, which would be us, and donates hundreds and hundreds a pop.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what he's talking about, but you could tell that he's like just kind of acting like a baby, complaining. And it's like, sir, your business model is that you pretend to search, you're LARPing searching, pay your cost of business. Your cost of business is maintenance of your car, you know, and now you're demanding people to give you money for the cost of your business. No.
Right, and he already admitted that he was having car troubles before even driving all these distances. Like Shelly said, now he said it came off. There, he didn't say anything about it being cut. And then, like SS says, if you drove with the belt broken and caused all that other damage, I mean, it's kind of your fault.
Yeah, I mean, you drove your car. You might as well ask them to buy you a new car at that point. You're just like, oh, well, buy me this, buy me this. So this car. It's like, okay, basically, what is that? The saying, the boat. I'm trying to remember what the you're gonna get all these parts and soon it's gonna be like a new car.
Right, right. Like, let's start with this and this and this. And again, there's no proof he bought any of this. Like, you know, it's just his word. But what he says next is very interesting. Let's hear it.
Who's this?
Right. So it's like I'm sure you can, if you're gonna be funny and send me the belt with a little note, at least you could attach all the pieces I had to replace because of the
It's gonna be the car of Theseus. It's called the ship of Theseus. It's like a hypothetical situation where if you replace all the parts of the boat, is it the same boat? It's the same thing. Everyone's gonna be sending new parts to the car. It's gonna
Right, right.
It's gonna be the car of Theseus.
Oh my goodness. Right, and that's a good point, beautiful sunflower. But again, I don't know anybody who's donating hundreds and hundreds on each channel they go to. And I watch all of the quote unquote hate channels, so I don't know who the hell he's talking about. But hear what he says next. This is where it got interesting, which is why I recorded.
belt. That'd be funny.
With a car, this is Sark, the inconvenience. Got you.
Yeah.
Bye, Mrs. Mother.
And I'll
Have
send him a
great day.
birthday card because I know the address.
Send him a hot dog steak.
Well, I mean, when you're in the business of finding information, it's not too hard, bro.
What do you think of that? That this man is claiming that he knows where chatters are because he's in a business of finding information. Thank you so much, Jinx.
I would take that seriously if he didn't dress up like he lives in his mom's garage and basically sleeps all day. I mean, like the guy wears a backwards cap while using a crappy green screen, while wearing clothes that, you know, kids at their 20s wear, and he's driving around the streets, LARPing, pretending to search for people. I'm not really frightened that this guy is some sort of high-tech searcher, go to break people's IP addresses and find them.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm more worried that he's going to accidentally keep on looking to the side and accidentally hit someone, you know, because he's just live streaming while searching.
That's a good point. Jinx, thank you so much. Yeah, they all have car troubles. Isn't that something? They all have these car troubles. But whoever this chatter is that he's claiming, and I'd love to know if it was any of you, that he's claiming said this about, oh, I'll mail him a Serpentine belt. I would love to know who it was. I don't think you're the real hate channel he's talking about. He actually doxed me, Trishy, and claimed that I interfered with his search efforts. So what do you think of that? I mean, you're somebody who listens here regularly. Have you ever heard me even mention this guy, let alone know that he was supposedly searching?
No, no, I
Never.
don't think a lot of people mention this guy because like evil CJ is bored and he's dumb. He's not entertaining. He doesn't have anything. So no one really wants to watch him, except for people he's tricked to thinking that he actually searches for anyone. He mostly just drives around and does nothing, and then goes on his crappy green screen, and then talks to someone, and then makes everyone fall asleep.
And spends hours trying to figure out what type of car they saw that day. I mean, it was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he like literally threatened me and everything. He went nuts. From my understanding, I didn't listen to it because I don't like this guy. I can't stand him, and I usually don't listen to things like that because it will aggravate me.
CJ?
But my understand, yeah, he like doxed me and started screaming at me and claimed that I endangered him and his searchers and all this like bullshit, absolute bullshit.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes he LARPs a little bit too much. Just saying, he must stop. He's got to stop LARPing, pretending that he's actually doing anything, and get back to his job at the local Wendy's or Burger King, because this is not working out for him.
Yeah, and just having initials on your hat doesn't make you official. No, he did it. He literally, again, Trishy, it was my channel name followed by my docs. And that was all to get in Nick's good praises. He followed up what Nick did, and it did the same exact thing. That's what he did.
It's a pretty scummy thing to do. I mean, but what do you expect from people like that? I mean, the guy, his name is evil.
Right.
I mean,
that'd be a great point. Great point.
His name is evil. If I was starting a channel to look for missing children, I would not put evil nor like devil or anything like that in the first letters of my name. Probably I'd be like, a little bit more appropriate names. And then I probably wouldn't, invite people like Uncle Taco to my show.
Right.
I'd be like, Uncle Taco, you can stay over there. It's not appropriate for you to hang around discussions of missing children and missing people. You can stay in the back of your, warehouse or somewhere. I don't know, working. It's weird. But, the truth of the matter is the guy has just seen an opening in the true crime sphere.
That's it.
And that's simple as that. And he's trying to do a Dolly. He even he's like a younger version of Dolly. He basically dresses like him and stuff like that. The problem is, and I hate to say this, Dolly actually might be is actually funnier than him. And
Dolly is entertaining. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, you're like a less funnier version of Dolly. And that means your channel is dead. So, I mean.
He is the guy that was hiding in bushes. That is him. He was hiding in bushes. A lot of people said he changed. And yes, he did all of that lazy wolf to get on their team. That's exact. The guy, didn't he claim a few months back he received a cease and desist from Seth?
He claimed it, but he never showed it.
Yeah, he never showed it.
He claimed it on a community post, but he never showed it. He never actually showed it. Like Clue showed her seat. Like she showed, I think she did show a document or something like that. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure she showed something. But yeah, I don't know. It's just the usual stuff, man. Like a guy comes on the scene, he's like a bum, and he just jumps onto this, and now he's going to be doing this for probably 2 more years, where he sits there on a live stream driving around his car, thinking he's searching for anything.
His car that was already in bad shape, and now he's blaming on random people to feed the hate narrative going on. And you're right, they all wanted to jump back on the team when they saw Dog involved. Sharon, thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah, but the problem is like I have to ask people, like, like how you invest money into things and you're supposed to get a return, a return on investment. If I invest money into this man's car, what is the return on investment? What is he going to do that actually is going to pay off in dividends?
Well, he claims he's going to be out there searching. He's feeding on the good nature. Like, for example, there were people in the chat like, we have to get you in touch with Nick. You were threatened. We need to get you in touch. We need to get you cameras for your car. And then he did the same thing with Taco. oh, we need to get you cameras for your house, Taco. Supposedly a fake FBI showed up. Oh my God. It's all
Yeah,
about money.
yeah, but that's the thing. Like, you get, let's say we gave this guy like $10,000. Here's $10,000, sir. What are you doing? He fixes up his car. He got the cameras. He's driving around. He's filming everything. What is the return on investment? The return on investment to me is like you would help find the child, or you would spread
Right.
awareness. He doesn't do any of those things. He's basically just LARPing for super chats. He found the easiest way to make money,
And he
and
just
that's
complains. He complains
yeah,
the entire time. Like, even like Narc, you can tell at some points it's just like over it. He just sits there and it's just like Betty when she was out searching for that little boy that she deemed deceased because, she was getting the
yeah.
sticker bushes and all that. And then the other man who went searching, who was silent, who was not streaming, could hear the child's whimpers and found him.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, you have to think about, like, when content creators like, okay, give me money so I do a search, and you have to look at them like, well, sir, what are you going to do with the search? Like, you haven't done anything really. And when, like, if you, it's
Like
just a
Betty's
waste of,
camera.
yeah, like Betty's camera. I mean, if you toss money, for instance, let's say SF had something open, he has a track record of helping finding people. He has a track record of actual doing searches. So you could say,
Right.
well, yeah, that's a return on investment. He's actually does something with the money. This guy, what you're doing is you're really just funding a guy not to get a job and to continue to LARP as searching for a missing kid. Because,
Right. It's
like,
not like he's saying he's going to go get credentials and, he's going to actually take the class as necessary. And honestly, the investment is for when somebody support your content, they do that by hitting a thumbs up. They do that by being members, by super chats. You don't ask your audience to support your content. You make the content, and if they like it, they support it. This idea that YouTubers believe that their audience should be paying for them to stream drives me nuts. If you need a better camera, save up. If you need a
well,
microphone, save up.
it's kind of like putting the cart before the horse. You have to be doing something to entertain your audience, and then the money will come in.
Right. That's
If that's
exactly how it works.
Yeah, that's like, you can't demand the money and then give the product. You're not HBO. Even HBO makes the movies before they demand the money, but the fact is, you're not a big giant conglomerate movie theater. You can demand money before showing something. What you
Right.
do is you basically make a live stream. Either you make people laugh, you educate them, and you entertain them, and that's pretty much it. And if people like you, they toss you money. If they don't, they leave.
Right.
Simple as that.
And asking for anything outside of that, in my opinion, is absolutely ridiculous. It's a free platform. The fact that anybody even buys a membership, that is the investment into your channel. To ask for more from that, to have membership goals and, help me keep my lights on, help me pay my bills. I mean, no, that's ridiculous. Again, make the content to support you.
Yeah, that's why I have no issues with people making a ton of money on this platform. If you are entertaining enough, people
Yep.
want to throw you money. Go, great. I think that's great. If you're informative enough in a true crime case where people like you, they give you money. I mean, Grizzly True Crime. I don't hear anyone complain about that lady. That lady does a lot of research on a true crime case. Duty Ron.
I just seen her on with Vinnie Politan, and he was calling her name wrong. I felt bad for her, but she did fantastic on that. Hey, Catherine.
Yeah, I mean, Vinny's got some issues, so let's just say that much. He doesn't. At least he didn't do talking about it.
That's true. That's true. Could have been worse. Rex
Worse.
R, that's the thing. Like with most of us, a membership doesn't really offer you what it's meant to offer you. It's just your way to show support to the channel, which in itself is beyond. Like, you should be grateful for that alone, in my opinion.
I mean, realistically, for $10 a month, or like, you can get a subscription to movies and stuff like that. So $5 is pretty good, and I think, like, the fact
Absolutely.
is that when someone joins a member, they're kind of doing an investment on you. They're kind of like, here's some money up front. I'm going to give you every month, and we'll see how this month goes. And
Yeah, it's like paying for the entertainment. But I'll be honest, when I see a membership that's like $5, I'm not buying it. I think that's asking entirely too much. Like you said, that you can buy, well, all of them went up recently at Disney Plus and stuff. But I don't know. I think $5 is a bit much to ask for. But hell, if you're worth it, people pay it. And if people want to pay, it's their choice.
Yeah, that's
You
true.
know?
Some people's $3. Some people have as little as 99 cents. Actually, I think Burnt Toast has like a 99 cents tier or something.
Yeah,
like
I think my lowest is, I think, $1.99, and YouTube does take 50% of that.
Yeah.
They take 40% of the rest. But, my whole point being to ask people to, pay for my car, or pay for my cameras, or pay for my equipment, or, I need this and I need that. Do all of that with the money you're
Well,
making. That
it's
you have to spend money to make money.
it's not really good management of money. Like, for instance, I would look at if I was like doing that type of stuff, which I'm never going to do, by the way, just putting that out there. You have to look at things as an investment. So if he thinks that he can get a return on his investment by buying a camera, he should put up the money to do it and do the return on the investment on that. But the fact is that the guy doesn't have good money management skills, because obviously he made maintenance of his car. And the guy is, demanding people give him stuff like he's a child. It's like, give me toys so I can go out and play in the streets of Tennessee while I drive in LARP as a true crime channel. And then he gets mad that people are commenting that he's terrible at his job. And instead of just taking that, you can do two things with that situation. You can ignore it and just move on, or you can just take a little bit of acknowledgement and change a little bit. But that's basically it. I mean, that's what I recommend people usually do.
I agree. Yeah, like the 4K camera. That's what I'm talking about. Or Betty saying a drone isn't search efforts, but yet she has a drone for search efforts on her Amazon wish list. It's crazy.
I feel like she's just trying to grift her money because she's worried about an attorney. I mean,
CBI crimes, where do you get your freaking, like, what are you doing? Chances are most all addicts fall back in the same pattern. It's just a fact. That is not a fact. That's like absolutely not a fact. You said a lot of ignorant shit throughout this chat, but that one I take very personally. It's not a fact. Let's cut this shit.
No, I mean, that's not true. That's some people, it takes a little bit, it's like my mom was an alcoholic, so she had to deal with that for a while. And unfortunately, she relapsed, but eventually she stopped.
Yeah.
It took her a while. Usually she had to go through a lot of AA meetings, and also she got really religious. That was probably the last thing that got her out of that stuff. So
yeah, that's what they say. Find a higher power.
Yeah, so she was like really religious, like to the point where she would go to church she would listen to sermons every day, and she got to basically went to church every week, and then she basically, that type of deal. So yeah, she got replaced, but she was sober for about, I think about 15 years because of that. So
look at all the people in the chat that are sharing their recovery years. Congratulations to all of you. That's amazing. Pays for Betty, thank you. And that's amazing your mom found recovery. I mean, it's not an easy thing to do, and it's just an ignorant statement to say that every addict falls back into addiction. Is actually very harmful. Like,
yeah, it's the problem is like addiction is like a very tough thing to deal with, because it's because some people have thought it's actually like certain people are prone to it because of their genetics. So they've been trying to look into genes for certain things like that.
Yeah.
So it's a tough thing.
It's very complex. It really is. 12 years, 6 years, 3 years. Congratulations to all of you.
Yeah.
Show a receipt to prove it. Oh, please. You're being back on ignored because your comments are just ridiculous.
Yeah, that person probably should be.
I will judge what I want, Skank. Not in my fucking chat, you won't. Not in my chat. Good try, though. See, yeah. I have the power here to see what you will judge within my chat, Skank.
Weird.
Weird statements.
Yeah, that was a very weird statement and very much ignorant of people that actually struggle with addiction.
Yeah. Because the fact of the matter is that there's this judgment a lot of people place on addicts, but addiction has no they don't have a stereotype, right? Like addiction they don't choose people. They don't care what your finances are, they don't care anything about you. Addiction can hit anybody. So this idea that like, oh, all addicts are lowlifes and this and that, and it's just stupid. It's just ignorant.
Well, you have the working addicts. You have people that are literally like they do drugs and they still can go to work. A lot of doctors actually starting off, I remember, are kind of like working addicts. Sometimes they take pills and stuff like that while they're kind of working. I thought there was like a statistic on it. I have to look it up. But, they did a statistic of how many actual doctors are actually working addicts. I've seen some people like literally, work a 5-day week and then like on the weekends do a bunch of cocaine. And then go back
Absolutely,
to work.
That's true. I mean, I've sat in NA rooms and you wouldn't believe the type of professionals I sat by. Again, it doesn't discriminate. It just doesn't. 25 months. So yeah, I mean, it doesn't mean you're a low life. Doesn't mean it doesn't mean anything. Again, it can hit anybody at any time. Crazy thing
Yeah.
to say. It is, Denim. It is. There's just some people that aren't educated, and luckily, that's probably because they've never experienced it or experienced it through a loved one. So, lucky you, CBI crimes, but don't come in here saying things are like facts when they're not.
Is that evil? If that's that evil CJ's alt account, he's just like really pissed
I know,
off.
right? I wouldn't even doubt it.
But like, why is he so pissed off at you particularly? Why is that guy so mad at you?
He just wanted to fit in with the crowd. It was the hot thing to do. That's all. Because I never even said his name.
So he heard like Betty state it, and then he's like, I hate
it was
that.
Nick first. It was Nick, and then he stated it. Yeah.
What a weirdo. I mean,
he didn't just state it. Apparently, he was like screaming at me and stuff and accusing me of all these things. It was freaking nuts.
Did you have that actually recorded and or did you actually record that?
No, but it's still up. I was gonna strike it, to be honest, but I didn't get to it.
Oh, okay. What a weirdo.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure Nonsense covered some of it. Because she actually asked me, she's like, I'm not gonna cover where he like does the doxing and all, but just to show people. And I'm like, yeah, go ahead. Thank you for asking.
I mean, and the guy pretends to be like a nice guy, but like this is a guy who's literally in his mom's basement, because that's what I imagine that man's living in, screaming about women, like fuck you, and then just doxes them, and just like, it's like, is this guy like mentally all there? Is he like sound mind? And he's like driving through the streets of Tennessee trying to like, which by the way, you're not going to find any missing child doing that. I'm just going to state that very plainly. You're just not.
Well, and especially when you're driving in a hoopty and then you blame the fact that your hoopty is a hoopty on the fact that you're searching, and it's just full of complaints. And if it's that, if here's my thing, if all what you're claiming is true, then why would people be intentionally putting themselves in that type of place? If he's hiding in bushes because he's being shot at, if people are flattening tires, if they're receiving threats, if their cars are being messed with. I mean, why would people believe that they still at that point wouldn't have some type of protection, rather that be cameras rolling at, on their car at all time, or it's all just a hate monger. And again, create and further this quote unquote size divide. That's what it's all about. Just like him screaming that I endangered him and put his searchers at risk and blah blah blah. And I never even said the dude's name.
Can he name his searchers?
Right.
Did he name one searcher?
No, and I didn't even know he was searching. And then who's this, this crew of canine dogs that were supposedly coming in, and he doesn't show any proof for anything he says. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, he's LARPing. He's like live action role playing, basically. That's LARPing. He's LARPing as this like searcher, and he's doing nothing about it.
By who? Betty Bug? A lie was just started by her saying to stop using his name. Using whose name? They're the ones using names. Hey, Angela, thank you so much for that. Oh boy.
I think people reviewed him with the Narc Diver thing, with the Uncle Taco thing, CJ. That's the only time. Honestly, and that was so weird. If I was Narc Divers, I'd be like, bro, why are you inviting Uncle Taco on my panel with you? Like,
well, you could even tell that it seemed like Narc didn't even really believe much of what Uncle Taco was saying. He was making faces, and it was just pretty crazy. Miss Leah, good morning. And for what? Like, and it's kind of sad because Narc does have the credentials, and I do think he's a nice person. I don't think his relationship with CJ is doing him any benefit.
Yeah. What do you think of that whole Josh Cantoon stuff, since we're talking about divers?
What was that? I don't even know.
Jared suing Josh for about almost 7 months. He's been in litigation or so.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
And he did an update, Josh, and Josh released a lot of the actual text, and it turned out Jared purposely started the lawsuit when his kid was born a couple of days afterwards, and told the process server to basically come in there with a bag of diapers and balloons, because that would get the gate open. And he's talking about how he spent. There's a text about how Jared spent like almost $70,000 on his lawsuit against Josh, because basically the whole crux of the lawsuit is that originally Josh was allowed to video behind the scenes footage of AWP and allowed to post it on his channel. Then when I guess Jared was figuring the allegations would come out, created a new company and had them all sign up a new contract. Of course, they didn't know about the allegations coming out and the new contract basically stating that, new terms, let's just say. And they signed it. And of course, the allegations came out. They found out with the new CEO. And then eventually they all quit. But Jared started purposely a lawsuit against them and started striking his channel. And they're in like copyright court right now for those behind the scene videos, even though the new company that's suing him wasn't even informed when those videos were taken, apparently.
What?
Yeah, he did a whole video, Josh, and he showed the text, and he said he was like Jared's like cursing out Josh Contoon behind the scenes, and he's talking about how he's going to go after Doug eventually.
Oh gosh, come on.
He's like really evil, Jared, and they talked about how Jared basically got away with it with that crime. They say that the records are sealed, and
Yeah,
it
I
looks
seen
like,
that.
and he only had to pay a $1,000 fine.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. He said
Oh,
that
my-
in his video.
Good morning, everybody coming in. Sammy. Narc has actually done a lot of search and dive in that area. It was really CJ's definitely hurting him. Well, look, he was, working with Jared. And how many times were people saying like Jared was scamming and it's like, and it's a shame because I do believe a lot of people that were on his team were on there for the right reasons. I just don't think his obviously were for the right reasons.
I think Jared's a very evil person. I think he's. I think he's been an evil person all his life, and he's good at hiding it. And if you actually look at the video of him trying to explain how legal how the law works, he sounds kind of like a Nick a little bit, like how his attitude is. You'd be shocked if you've seen it. You'd be like, wow, this kind of reminds you of something. And it's just, that's just the usual BS type of behavior. But Jared's like a real piece of garbage human being. You know about the allegations, right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Not only that, I mean, the whole Kylie Rodney stuff was terrible, and how petty he was during that as well, and how
that was ridiculous.
Well, I mean, at one point, like the guy literally, I think when Burden of Proof was like reviewing his membership only video, right? And she had like 30 or 60 people in the chat. That guy actually went into the chat and said, I'm going to strike this. I'm going to strike it. I'm like, bro, there's like 30 people here. And you're like trying to strike this channel. Are you out of your
that's
mind?
exactly. So that's the Titanium. Thank you. No threats. They record everything. They'd have it. I agree. Nana's love. Good morning to you. That's exactly the way I feel about a lot of things, Tim. Because a lot of these people that are like saying certain things or posting certain things or making these little videos, they get like under 300 views. They get maybe 7 thumbs up. They're just not worthy responding to. And matter of fact, a lot of times us even bringing attention to those people is what gets them more views. You know what I mean? Like
she was like literally sitting there just reviewing it and just talking about how, she was just like going through it. She wasn't being negative. She was like, oh, this is great. He's wonderful. Guy goes in the chat and then she drops a StreamYard link and he jumps up and he just berates her. And she had to take down the live. And then he goes on to Zav Girl's live and he says, well, I like how you do it here with the still shots and everything. I'm like, are you out of your fucking mind? But yeah, the guy's a weirdo. I mean, I think the greatest moment I laughed at Mr. Jared was when he actually visited the playground and a skateboard and talked about exercise routines. That was hilarious.
That's like JLR's exercise video. That was hilarious too.
Well, I mean, like he had a personal Jared. He took down his channel, but we caught it and we reviewed it, and he like literally did his exercise routine, and he's like shirtless in his underwear, and he's like doing pull-ups, and you can see the bulge in his pants, and at one point like a banana points to his bulge.
Oh my god!
And then eventually he puts on clothes, and then he jumps on a skateboard and goes and skates to the park.
Why?
Because he says the school playground park is great when there's no kids around, and he starts like talking about like an exercise routine he does there.
Oh, that's really bizarre. That is extremely bizarre. Nana's love says today is 2 years. I'm so heartbroken. Can we take a moment to send some good vibes to Nana?
Yeah.
Some prayers. I'm really sorry, Nana.
Sorry about that.
9 months, Remy. We just had a YouTube baby. Adventures with Purpose did find a man from my neighborhood that was missing for like years. And it turns out that his car was down in the what do they call that? The marina. And they actually built the pole for one of their docks right through the car. And he was in the car. Sammy said banana points at the bulge. 4 months. Thank you, Sammy.
Yeah, it was hilarious. It was actually quite a hilarious stream. But yeah, I mean, like, I think they did good work, but I think the problem is like, I think he had good people working for him. And I think people confuse that with him being good. I think Mr. Jared is a very evil person who tricks a lot of good people. He, just like pretends to be this good guy. And in my opinion, I think he's a very evil man who's used a lot of people. And this is opinion, by the way. You can't sue me for my opinion. In my opinion, I think he's an evil man.
Yeah. And in my opinion, I think there's many Jareds just like him. Yeah. I think there's many people, and they find, again, maybe he started off with good intent. Maybe he, whatever. He did build a really good team around him.
He started off, I think he started as a director for Patty Mayo's channel. And I think he has partial ownership still, but he might have cut off partial ownership. If you don't know Patty Mayo, you know Patty Mayo?
I do not.
Patty Mayo is a guy who, in the beginning, kind of did like bounty hunting on like YouTube, and he would catch these people and right. But it turned out that they were all paid actors, and he had to actually tell people. And Jared used to be a cameraman for him. And Patty Mayo's channel still exists. And I remember when I was reviewing Patty Mayo, I got struck, and it was actually a company partially owned by Jared. Actually, it was funny a while ago. But yeah, he did that. He also started out originally, I believe he did like kind of diving for trinkets underwater. And then he saw the possibility of getting cars, and then came about the idea of rescuing, not rescuing, like recovering from missing people and doing that stuff.
Right. Oh, so it's like a slow progress. Yeah. Well, and that's how they're all kind of starting out, right? Like, it's so cringe, especially when like a lot of who just recently, was it Betty that just said she wants to start a 501c?
Yeah, I mean, but the problem with the 501c, like, this is what people don't quite understand, is that it's completely transparent. Like, I can look up your bills. After a year and a half, it becomes public, and I can go to, one of the many websites, and I can pull up your documents and exactly know who you paid, who's on your company, and where your money's come from. And it's like, unless you want people to know exactly all your billing and what's going on, you don't do a 501c3. It sounds like a great idea, but guess what? You're open to a lot of criticism at that point.
Well, and I know, so apparently, hey, Loki's mom, I didn't know that CJ at one point was tied in with Lana. Lana did a fake 501c3 for Chris Watts, where she literally was raising money to get him this type of appeal that he was allegedly eligible for. I forget all the details now. And she said she was going to have exclusive interviews with Chris Watts, and his parents were on the board and all these things. And it was all BS. All of it was bullshit.
Yeah, I think also the signatures that there was fake signatures of the parents on her. Yeah.
And she promised special weekly things and exclusive interviews, and oh my gosh, and none of it was even real. And a lot of people fell for it. Like, a lot of people signed up for it. And then everybody that signed up for it, she took their IDs and their credit cards, which I forget how she got the ID part, to be honest, and tried getting Jay to put it all out.
Yeah, she's just like another wackadoo evil person. I remember we that whole protective order stuff she did, which was wild that the judge allowed that to go on for so long like that.
Oh, that judge had to be finding that to be very entertaining or something. Because there's no way a normal judge would give that much time to that type of obvious fuckery.
I mean, that judge was out of line, in my opinion. It's almost, that was almost a week and a half, 2 weeks.
Yeah, that was long.
I mean, there was murder trials that actually went shorter than that. Why are you kidding me? And she had no, it's everything she was stating was basically I'm mad at this YouTuber because they said something. This is not an issue for a protective order. I'm sorry.
There wasn't much proof to anything. And she had zero control over Lana. Lana's outburst and interrupting the judge. And it was almost like the judge was a fan of Lana's or something.
Yeah. That judge was the previous judge for her other case.
Right. So there was already that little
I think so. Yeah. I mean, you got to realize judges are human too. So who knows? Maybe she's a fan. Maybe she likes
Right.
it on the
That's
side.
how it appeared to me. And
Yeah.
then she had her girlfriend in the background that was like the
Oh
second
yeah,
bedtime.
Bedtime. Yeah, that used to be with Zab Girl, which I used
Yes,
to like,
yes.
but apparently she's a wackadoo too now.
I seen her trying to cozy up to JLR too, and they were like, Zoop, nope. Milwaukee Curry
Uh,
guy. Oh yeah,
I,
his outbursts were sickening. But
I
that's different. Like you have to have a level of patience when it comes to a trial like that. But a ridiculous, fraudulent, RO trial that Lana did, that was ridiculous.
Actually, it depends if it's like $50,000 in less than profits. Like I've seen Tyler Feller claim that he makes less than $50,000, and I was able to read all his billing, his charity. So yeah, I mean it depends. It's a little wacky though. Some sites have it, some sites don't. It's very wacky with the charity things, like transparencies.
People are trying to say that Tyler Feller has some type of tie-in with a church
Tyler
that
Feller? No, his channel is under his 501c3, and
but
his YouTube channel is under that. And he's also when I looked into him originally, he kind of was tied into kind of a corporation that would go into churches and teach them about social media type of deal. And he was kind of like paid like kind of a freelance basis on that. And he also works at his local church.
well, no, people were trying to tie his church into Seth's church and trying to put a connection there.
Oh, I've never heard that. I don't know about his recent developments, and he hasn't really talked
Yep.
about the Sebastian Rogers case. He's just I don't know. I haven't seen him talk about it, so that's a
Yeah.
little odd. But yeah, that guy's making his charity's making buco's money basically. I don't know how he's doing it, but not based on his YouTube channel. But it's weird. I guess he's doing it somewhere else.
That's interesting. I think people hear of 501, like you said, and they think, oh, this is a great idea. And it'll be basically tax-free money and, endless income of money. Just like Betty thinks doing copyright strikes, she's going to get 75,000 off everybody she strikes.
Well, it usually you could do if you employ yourself.
Right.
If you pay yourself a salary and then you do the right deductions, stuff like that, you can you could do pretty well with it. But it's not something that you could just instantly get tax-free revenue without actually knowing how to do the proper paperwork. Or you might go to jail for fraud. And
Yeah.
that's not good. You're not going to, they're not going to be too nice to you when you go to jail. You have to make sure things are at least look up and up before you do stuff like that. Just saying. I mean, like it's not. If it was easy, everyone would do it, but it also has to be under a category. I think Tyler Feller is under Christian, so basically he has his channel under that. So basically, that's why he does like the fake thing once a week, but he does true crime and politics, which is weird to me that he does politics, which I thought that was pretty much a no-no with the whole church thing. You're not supposed to do the politics. Yeah, he did try to cure cancer with prayer at one point, Tyler Feller. That was weird.
Jesus golly.
Yeah,
what is wrong with these people?
People form parasocial relationships with these whack jobs who I wouldn't trust bagging my groceries at a local grocery store. They're just idiots. I don't understand it. I would never trust these people. They're the biggest losers in the world, in my opinion, because the only way they make money is to basically form parasocial relationships with people and try to bamboozle people out of their own money. It's just how you see it a lot. I don't like Tyler Feller. I never liked him. I think I think honestly, in my opinion, he's probably a lot worse than Betty.
Oh, you don't like him?
I don't like
Shocked to
Tyler
hear
Feller.
that.
Yeah. Like, I think when you tell people that you can cure cancer with the power of prayer, that's a disgusting thing to say.
Look at the delusion here, right? Sebastian Rogers quit using his name to trash everyone. Tennessee. Hate channels need to stop. You can't even see it. Has anybody seen anybody use Sebastian's name to trash people more than Betty herself has? Look at the nerve of her. Sebastian Rogers quit using his name to trash everyone. Tennessee. What do you think this video is going to involve coming from Betty? You think it's going to be followed by her trashing everyone? Yeah. I don't see Sebastian's name on any of our. I don't see Queen never uses his name. I'm not using his name. Who's using his name?
Yeah, well, she uses. I mean, look at it, Sebastian.
Right.
Sebastian on it. And the thing is like she's doing this for views. I mean, she's just basically doing drama with just a drama channel, and then she's basically that's it. And honestly, I think she's doing this because she's number one pissed off that she's they actually got the cops on her. Number two, she's scared. She needs money.
I agree. But this is a huge part of the problem. And this is what's been driving me nuts is that they don't see the hypocrisy. Like Sebastian Rogers, and then followed by Quit using his name to trash everyone when she has literally went on a rampage against everyone, and then to call everybody a hate channel that disagrees with their perspective on the channel, but yet is not nearly as hateful as them or the things they say. It actually drives me crazy.
Yeah, but that's a new grip that she's gonna do. I mean, she's gonna try. Right. You know what I mean? Like she can't really continuously go with the usual BS. I mean, she already stole Body Movement's timeline of events because she was just too lazy.
Oh, of course, we already knew she would do that.
Yeah, no. The moment that came out, she's like, "Wait, I don't have to do any work. I can actually figure it out."
You know, they all grabbed it, Beatson. They all grabbed it.
They all grabbed it, and they probably.
Oh, by the way.
Oh my God.
Who do we think she's going off on today on her non-hate stream?
Probably Queen, followed by you.
Maybe a little Jay thrown in there.
Jay, maybe.
Oh, look, there's our friend we blocked. Who's surprised to find out there a chatter there? And then look at this. The more I think about it, finger grip on Sebastian's throat. The more I think Katie and family couldn't risk letting Sebastian go to school that way because that's aggravated assault. But they're not hateful, you guys.
Yeah, I mean, like, listen. Yeah. I thought it was very interesting that Betty wished death on cancer.
Despicable.
But the thing is like Doug's wife died of cancer.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Did Dog back out? Is that why there's that retweet? And look at this. This guy's going to be blocked. I wonder why Seth didn't ever have custody of Sebastian.
Yeah, well, that's a good question.
It is a good question. I bet you they'll be blocked for it too.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wonder, like, because he retweeted that and it didn't say 100K and, instead of making a new one, why, did Dog back? Where are they? I thought they were on their way to Tennessee. I thought they were like halfway there. When they got reports of, fake badges.
I mean, it's not like Tennessee from Florida or Pennsylvania is like traveling from here to like, Antarctica. Like, it's not a long trip. I mean, guys, it's literally like a drive there. But the fact is, I think they're just LARPing. I think that's just my opinion. I just think they're LARPing and they're not doing anything and they're using this as a publicity stunt. And that's it. And, that's why you don't see like Dog running over there right now or doing anything. He's just LARPing at this point. That's it. And I find it's shameful that the mainstream media let this guy literally state that he was going to find Sebastian. He was really going to ignite this case. But meanwhile, what he did? He basically pissed off a bunch of people and walked away.
He came in biased, absolutely, got a little eyes on him, and then hasn't done anything. He did the same thing with Brian Laundrie. And then look at these comments, right? CP spoke about church that they attended. Where's all your church members at, Chris and Katie? Like, what does that matter? Then this person, how stupid can they be to suspect Seth when there's proof that he was at work and didn't do anything with his son? Like, again, there's proof that Chris was at work too. Yet, I mean, that they're just so full of hate. What it is. Like, they're hateful.
I think a lot of people have stated that they don't believe Seth is involved, but they don't like his behavior and they don't like him as a person. It's just simple as that. And the reason why people don't like him, like myself, is basically how Seth acted in the beginning of, and continuously acts, actually, not just the beginning, but he is basically polluted a lot of the aspects of this case and the awareness for this case. And it's really unfortunate. You know what I mean?
Oh, I agree. Look, I told you Josh would be blocked. Josh with paid membership is a troll from hell because he asked my Seth didn't have custody. He's a troll from hell. Damn it.
Yeah. I mean, and that's the thing. It's like she insists on holding people captive to her channel so she can keep her supporters ignorant. If they hear any answer. Well, that's the problem. You see, that's the problem, Gina from WB, which when you rant about other channels on your channel, people are naturally curious. It's kind of like the Pandora box situation. They want to open up the box. They go to the other channel, they listen, they say, wow, I didn't know that. And you kind of screw yourself over. So that's why I
I
say,
don't advertise them. Yep.
yeah,
Hey,
that's why
Alexis.
you usually don't mention, like, if you're pissed off at a channel, you don't mention their name and you don't rant about them. You kind of
She
just
can't
ignore them.
resist because she's a
Yeah.
freaking, she's nutty when it comes to it. That's why she's constantly saying unsubscribe, unsubscribe, because she can't stand it. She doesn't have control.
Yeah. It's like, that's a very easy thing to do, is just don't rant about them and then you just ignore them and keep going. But the problem is that this is like, Betty can't handle anyone saying that she's wrong.
Right,
And
right.
she just
Typical.
can't handle it. Yeah,
Nope.
she can't handle it. She can't handle her being corrected at all because she thinks she's the smartest one of the world.
And she knows it legally and lawfully and legally.
Yeah.
Kind of want to hear what she's saying, but I feel
Yeah,
like she
you don't
might.
want to. Yeah, she might strike you.
Whatever. I don't know what it is, but this lady has like did a 180 in a matter of several months. And so that tells me that there's a
Oh, Michelle after dark again. She really got her fucked up.
I don't know why she's so mad at Michelle After Dark. And this is the problem with Betty. It's like, Michelle After Dark is not a drama channel. She is
Right.
legitimately just talks about true crime. If you disagree with it, you disagree with it. You like her, you like her. But like, Michelle didn't rant over baby. No, I know. And that's the weird thing. It's like, stop. This is why you can't really lie yourself.
Trust her.
Yeah. Like, who are you going to lie yourself with? She's like, I'm by myself. I'll just do everything by myself. And it's like, ma'am, yeah, that's not a smart way of doing things on YouTube. That's you. The only reason why you grew was because you allied yourself with Tony.
Well,
Like-
and here's the other thing with that, Tim, right? Think about it. She's always saying, like, oh, she changed her mind within she did a 180 within a few months, that's the problem, blah, blah, blah. But her own new friend, her own new, I guess half on the team, half off, wants to be on the team, but she's just a useful idiot, BJ over there. She did a whole 180 on Betty. She trashed ever living shit out of Betty. She didn't like Betty. She couldn't stand Betty. She mocked Betty. She called her a grifter. She called her all these things. And now she supports Betty. So why is it okay when people do a 180 towards their side, but if they do a 180 based on facts, or they just simply don't push their agenda? Because let's face it, Michelle did not do a 180 at all. All of a sudden they're trash.
Yeah, I mean, and you also have to kind of be careful. Like, I mean, there's people I've disagreed with in true crime cases, but like, you got to kind of like be a little bit more careful on how much you rant about them, because you're being unfair to them at that point.
Right.
You know
right.
what I mean?
And that's the thing. And I've said that from the start. A lot of people did come, because Steph's team gets a hold of them. So then they shut themselves off to any other logical input or even looking. I've acknowledged dozens of times, and I'll continue to acknowledge the red flags that I have seen come out of Chris Proudfoot. It doesn't mean I think he's guilty. I'm just not stupid and not going to neglect things because I don't think they're guilty. Right. But with these people, they can't even do that. So they have to do it in private amongst their friends, and it's all going to be exposed. Like, literally, I know without a doubt right now that there are people that are witnessing certain creators that are pretending to support Seth in private, talking shit about him.
Oh, it's done in every case. I mean, and then usually why they do it is because they know where the money's coming from, and content creators. They did it. They did it. There's some content creators. Ikamel called them out during the Karen Reed case. Like, he found out, like, in private text, there was some content creators that were just like supporting Karen Reed because they didn't believe her, but that's because there was a lot of money to be had.
Oh,
and
yeah.
There was a lot of money to be had. There might still be a lot of money to be had, because like it was like a recipe to print money basically for a lot of channels.
I will say, Ikamel doing this though wasn't cool. So this guy tweeted this to go at the glare, of course. And Ikamel retweeted it, and he says instead of beating R-word at children, he signs autographs for them.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't have said that. I mean, like, I get it. I would not have said it because it's like re-victimizing his, glare.
Well, not only that, but you're calling this random child the R-word.
Yeah, I know.
Like this little boy, you're calling him an R-word for what? Because you don't like the glare?
Yeah, he should not have retweeted that.
Yeah, that was horrible. It was absolutely horrible. Very poor taste. Hey,
yeah.
Courtney.
I mean, at the end of the day, I don't like the glare, but it's like you gotta kind of check yourself with your dislike of them. You know, you can't go over the board. Sometimes I have to check myself a little bit. But
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, Nash Native, you're right. So they feel protected, right? Because we all know that is Seth's quote unquote team that's doing all these shisty things. They're doxing, they're threatening legal action, they're intimidating people that are searching, they're trying to silence people. So it's almost safer to be on that team and remain quiet about it all. But here's the thing: the Proudfoots have the same options. They can do the same exact thing to these creators, and then let's see how much Tony and Seth and how much their support of them goes in their favor and works out for them. Because I don't think it will. I don't think it
No,
will.
I
I think they
think-
will be left holding.
But
You know.
you see, it's like dying down. Like, do you see the numbers Betty had in her chat? 400 and something.
Yeah, and that's
You
only
know-
because she's on a whole rampage.
Yeah, and that tells me like the numbers are dwindling for that particular sector, and then now it's going to ramp up because they're going to do anything they can to get the numbers, and that means making up shit, making it more crazy because they're desperate for money.
Right. Well, I think that's exactly why they went through that whole docs and shit last week or whatever. I think it was to ramp everything up because people stopped paying attention to them. And then I heard from what Sammy wrote, I didn't look, that that BJ had a pretty nasty title and stream last night. So yeah, and it's the holiday time. You're gonna see
Yeah.
a lot of things happening.
It's called Griffmas for a reason.
For a reason. Goody two shoes. Thank you for the super sticker. It really is. And people are hyping it up.
Because you're gonna get this is the time to start. October is the time to start the Griffmas, and then November is kind of like it's gonna explode. The biggest is gonna be like early November, and then it's gonna die down. It's gonna die down in December because
That's
everyone's
true.
got their checks.
Oh God, it's so gross.
Yeah, it's just true, and they get used to it. That's why like people say, "Oh my God, it's all these crazy things are coming on in October, November." It's like, yeah, I've been doing this. I know.
Yeah,
the
it's been
routine.
years. Same
Yeah.
pattern. But what's sad is a lot of people are now using the hurricane. I've seen a lot of people, in my opinion, saying, "Oh, we're going to donate half of our memberships to this or all our memberships to this," and da-da-da. If you want to donate towards hurricane victims, do it through local organizations or like actual organizations. Like, don't depend on your YouTuber to send off that money. I don't know why even involve yourself in something like that. There's other ways to help.
Yeah, I think you're setting yourself up for disaster when you do things like that if it's not proper. I mean, it could be good, but it could be a disaster. Whenever
Yeah.
you do something like that.
That's the truth. I seen Voices got quite a beat in last night.
Oh, did you? I didn't know. I didn't check. I was sleeping. I went to
Yeah.
bed. Unfortunately, I kind of go to bed at normal times, even on Fridays or Saturdays. I have no clue what the hell is going on. So
I go to bed early too. But what's cracking me up is people that were friendly with Voices and were cool with her are now exposing private conversations they had with her, claiming it's because she's now against Britney, but she's been against Britney for months. What
Yeah.
actually recently happened is that that Voices became cordial with me and kind of defended me. So that's what these people actually have a problem with, which none of you will see them because they're
Yeah.
so minute.
I
I won't
mean,
even bring attention to it.
I've been through that stuff where your messages come out and stuff like that. And
Oh,
at
yeah.
this point, I just don't give a fuck. I mean, like, I kind of don't care. Like, I don't even want to look for it. I wouldn't give a fuck if like Voices was like shit talking me for like 6 months. I could not give a fuck. I just don't care at this point because to me, it's like
We know their intent of doing it too.
Yeah,
right?
I know their
is to
intent.
cause that.
Yeah, and I know their intent, and to me, it's like I don't care. Like it's really I don't give a fuck at this point.
See, part of me is like, well, the person that's doing that's notorious for doing that. So on one hand, like Voices should have known better. She's already done it to her before.
Yeah.
Of course, it's coming out as about me, and it's stupid. It's basically I'm the one that told Brittany to file against Granny, and I'm gonna sue Granny, and I'm gonna take her parents' shore place, and at one point she said she was gonna fuck my dad, so that was really fucking weird. But it's Voices, like. Do I expect anything other? And they're from months ago. I don't really care.
Yeah.
The fact of the matter is this person was cool with all that shit and now trying to expose it to call her out to be filthy. But that was your girl. You liked all that when you were part of all that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So you look just as bad.
I mean, like honestly, I look more negative to the person revealing that than the actual person saying that. To be honest with you,
yeah,
because
absolutely.
Like I feel like you had a private conversation with them, and that's fucked up to do to someone. You should just have keep it private.
Person always does it though,
Yeah, I
She
know.
always does it. Voices should have known it would happen.
Yeah, you got to kind of learn on this platform that it doesn't matter who you talk to. You got to expect your conversations to eventually, it might come out. So that's why you always have to have a conversation with people as if you're like on a live stream. like everything you type up has to be something you're prepared 2,000 people live to watch. So that's how I always do it now. I literally, and I kind of like, I understand, like, I mean, I've talked to some people on Discord that have, okay, big channels, and I have to, I realize, like, I have to, they have to be worried about what they might say to me, and I have to be kind of what I say to them, because, you never know with these platforms. People might just reveal your messages and just cause you a bunch of bullshit.
Especially somebody who's notorious for doing it. So at some point you have to, like, proceed with caution. I mean, if the same person who's already done it to you before and has done it to everybody before and after you have to, at some point realize they're going to do it to you again. Listen, I'm not going to advertise this person because they're a real piece of shit. It's really not that worthy of hearing. It was stupid, if you ask me. I'm not even angry about it. I'm not gonna lie, it was kind of like, yeah, well, that's Voices. I mean, I fought with Voices for forever. I know
like, I'm
things,
sure you said some
right.
things, and it's like kind of something. It's just normal. It's not like Voices was your best friend and she was like, oh.
Exactly, it wasn't behind my right. It's not nothing she didn't say publicly either. Let me just tell you that. You know what I mean?
I mean, I'm not really like, it wasn't like Voices was your best friend and then suddenly you found all this stuff out. She didn't. You guys were fighting for like months and months or longer. I think probably since a while, and you guys were fighting. It's just simple as that.
Well, and at that point, not only that, but like she was friendly with Brittany, and there was a lot going on, and it was you have to put in a like a lot of these people will release this shit and not give you the environment at the time. At that time, me and Voices was going at me heavily. I'm not going to say we're going back and forth because we weren't. So it's not a shock. And again, most of it was stated publicly. It's the point of the matter is that they're only doing it now because she became cordial with me, defended me recently, and they're trying to prevent that because they're fucking immature. But when they want to make up with people, like
they
now,
also know like Voices has a kind of a short fuse, and they're trying to set her off on a live stream and go at her. And it's just like, I tell her, like, just ignore these people because that's
exactly
what they want.
That's exactly what they want.
Yeah, they just want her reaction and stuff like that. And at the end of the day, it's like, don't give them that reaction. Just ignore these idiots. And that's just my advice.
Yeah. Well, they wanted me to get angry too as part of it. And again, I don't. I'm more angry at the person revealing it because, again, this person always does that. They try to point out like how gross somebody is, but you supported it. You were in private conversations going along with it. You're just as bad as it. Like, you're no better than it.
Oh shit! She did fall for it. Hopefully she didn't. I mean, that's what I'd say. Just ignore it. Like, that's my advice.
Green Eyes, their name wasn't even mentioned. It wasn't even mentioned. So that really doesn't matter. I mean, not for nothing, but that channel was advertised when it was all my private conversations. You know what I mean? Like, let's just be a little real here.
But anyway.
No offense, I just don't understand all the fighting. Well, that's what they're trying to do, Stack. The fighting keeps the division keeps the hate views going, the hate views keep the money going, which is why they always call everybody hate channels while being extremely hateful themselves.
Yeah.
But yeah, nobody's advertising that channel, and you're not going to find it by even looking anyway. And if people are that curious, you can put a 1 in the chat, and I will play it myself. But like I said, it was stupid. It was just basically, I'm going to sue her. I told Brittany to sue her. I'm going to take the Shore House and F her dad and have her call me mommy or something stupid. It was Voices, man. We know how she can get. It wasn't even anything major.
Is your dad single?
No.
I'm just saying. So yeah.
Exactly, Fly.
Yeah, I wouldn't even pay it on mine, to be honest with you. It's just, it's just, that's what they want you to do. They want you to review it and have a reaction.
I actually found it funny, BT. I'm not gonna lie. Like, part of me was like, ew. And then the other part was like, dude, like, when Voices, I'm not encouraging it because I like Voices when she's calm and she's been doing really good. When she gets upset, she gets down and all that. But when Voices lose their shit, you got to admit, every now and then it is a little funny. It is a little funny.
I like Voices. I don't
me
get
too.
shit for it. but I like her. It's just like sometimes she gets mad, and that's what they know, and they know to push the buttons with her, and
But
that's the
sometimes
part.
her anger is entertaining. BTM, like she says some shit that just
Yeah.
you gotta admit, like
I
how
like
the fuck
I,
people
I
are.
like her bull scoring when she pretended to be bull scoring. That was funny when she put the Pippi Longstockings things and started screaming into the camera and pretending to be Polar and Betty. That was
Yeah.
hilarious. But yeah,
I did see that. So did you ever hear of the creator named Crafton, BTM?
no,
Well, there was a creator on here named Crafton, and he was notorious for kind of being a doxer and abusive towards women and all that. And he had a partner, and his previous partners had came forward with allegations of abuse and proof of it, which they were all tarnished and trashed for it, and they were liars and all that. Well, he was recently arrested again for DV. And honestly, I'll be honest, Lynn, I feel sorry for his victim. I know she's done a lot of foul shit to a lot of people, including myself, but nobody deserves that. And I do feel bad. I'm happy that she's away now and can hopefully get out of that pattern of protecting him from what he really is, because he is truly a woman beating piece of shit.
yeah. Unfortunately, like women often think they can change the person, or like they kind of like they're afraid that what will be the possibility if that person leaves, and they kind of go back to, I guess, the hell they know is better than the hell they don't know in their mind.
Exactly.
You know.
Yeah.
So
So I'm glad to know that she's in a safe environment now. And so, yeah, Lynn, I did hear about it. And some of the people that exposed it are now like coddling and pretending like, oh, how horrible people are talking about it. But they
yeah,
did it too.
I mean, it's just really sad that a lot of people get into that situation. It's very sad.
I didn't hear the cactus comment. I mean, sometimes voices goes to a place I couldn't, but she's doing really well. My whole point was to say that this person is only doing it because me and voices have been cordial, and that threatens them for, I'm sure, many reasons. And now they're trying to say, oh no, it's because she's going at Brittany and Brittany was good to her. This person now simping for Brittany hated Brittany. Matter of fact, she hated voices until she hated me. Then she loved voices again. And she hated Brittany until she hated me. Now she loves Brittany. Now she's promoting Betty because the person tries to get in wherever they can. She's a pathological liar. There's something wrong with her. And, that's just that.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just weird to me that you do something to that, because then like you're kind of jeopardizing your whole trust now with other people. Because like now people are gonna be like, wait, if I get into a bad side of this person, they're gonna show my text to
Yeah,
thousands of people. And
Yeah, like I
that,
said, she's been doing it for years. So
yeah,
they should know.
yeah, unfortunately.
That's her
Yeah.
currency. Her currency is private conversations. That's her only relevancy and currency to get in with groups of people, which is why I believe she's one of the people that brought myself and my docs to the attention of Betty and Nick. I will
Yeah.
never not believe that.
It's nasty, man.
Yeah.
It's really nasty.
You have
And
any plans for today, B-Time? Anything exciting?
No, I'm just doing some work, and also probably gonna clean up my house, and then probably watch some videos, and that's pretty much it. That's pretty much my plans. I don't do anything fancy. I'm probably
You gonna get a pair of Crocs yet, or?
No, I'm gonna burn all these Crocs if I ever get any pairs of Crocs. Terrible. I fucking hate Crocs. I hate them so much.
Oh my gosh. Speaking of Crocs and McDonald's, so my dumbass goes through a drive-through, to get my crack Happy Meal. And the one employee's been there for forever. And he was really thin. I said to him, like, oh, you've lost a lot of weight. You look great. Are you on a diet? And I didn't realize my daughter had said something to me in between that. And here he had cancer. Oh my God, I felt horrible. Of course, my daughter was like mortified, but he ended up telling me the whole story. So basically, he had a cough, nothing was wrong. He went out with his buddies one night. He woke up the next day and there was like a lump on his throat. He was just kind of like, oh, whatever. And one of the younger kids that worked for him was telling him, like, you got to get that checked. You got to get checked. Here it was throat cancer. So the only sign he had was a cough and then the little swollen in his throat the next morning, like a lump almost. And that's terrifying.
Yeah, it comes at you. It's that's why you got to do your checks, your checks. But
Did you see the video of the croc and the waffle maker?
Croc and the waffle maker?
Yeah.
What is this like? They throw the croc in the waffle maker?
They actually have a croc-shaped coffee maker right now. Isn't that crazy? He beats him. Speechless. You don't say.
It's just so bad.
He didn't
It's
know what
so
to
bad.
say.
And it's like at this point, you gotta like, oh my god.
I have a crock ashtray. So cute. It's going to be a little planter though. I seen the crock booths and I actually like them. They put a crock in a waffle maker. I know, like I've never heard him silent. Stop what, Watcher?
No, I was silent when I was watching that Spirit Squad lady, that
Dude,
wax job.
she came on my panel one time and was like telling me how much she loved me. And then next thing you know, she a hate channel. I'm like, oh, that happened
I
quick.
mean, the lady literally 5 months ago talked about how the spirit of Summer Wells was helping her find Sebastian Rogers, and she does
Oh.
tarot cards. She has a special tarot cards called the Crime Deck, which is like 180 cards. And it's for like true crime tarot cards.
Oh.
And she's just wacky.
Where do you get those from?
I guess Etsy, or she might have drew them themselves. Like she's a
Wow.
whack job. Like
She is. She was pretty. Does anybody remember when she came to my panel? Put a 1. It was very odd. I was very uncomfortable because I never heard of her before, never seen her before. And she came up and was like, I found my people. I love you all. I love you so much, Granny. And I'm like, oh. And then my understanding was she's very she was like a witch, told me she was a witch and stuff. And
she's Wicca.
Yes, that's her, right?
I don't know if she said she's a witch. I heard that people say that she's a psychic. She claims to be a psychic.
Pretty sure she said over here she was a witch. I'd have to go look for it, but yeah.
Like I was watching this video.
I have the headlights, Emerald Skies.
Yeah, this is the video, and at one point, this is like the one 5 months ago. And let me see. Yeah, and then she's like at one part, she's like a special visitor, and she talks about Summer Wells visiting her.
This is actually sick because she says Summer is waiting and knows that she will be like, wait, hold on. This might not be her. She didn't look this way.
Summer visited during this reading, and I feel like Summer was here helping and waiting, and she knows that she'll be found by accident. So she's just waiting and loving this, her being able to help as she can.
That's actually really not factual information, in my opinion. This is, where does it stop?
Like, and look at like, if you jump to like, I was like shocked when I saw this lady, like, because I was talking to Kathy P. I was like, what the hell is this lady? And it's like, she actually, if you jump to like, I think 4 minutes and 9 seconds, you actually see the piece of paper. And this is from 4/12/24. And she's like, heard, no, the cards. And it's like, it's like,
oh, heard, no, cards.
You look at that, man.
Of course, House of Abuse, Queen. Oh, stop it.
I was like, this lady's a whack. And you know what? Like, when I look at this lady's eyes, she kind of reminds me of like the Village of the Damned.
The Village of the Damned. Does she go on camera?
Yeah,
honestly, she's who I thought she was.
Well, if you go, she live streamed and she tried to compare. What was the live stream? I don't know if she privated it yet, but she tried to compare Stephen Stearns to Katie Proudfoot.
I've seen a lot of people doing that, and that is so gross. Absolutely gross. Yeah, did you see that Tim, whatever his name is, Jim Terry's making his rounds again?
I'll just ignore that guy. The guy's a garbage human being, honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, he was banned from this platform because he was a garbage human being. I mean,
yeah, he said he wants a lot of apologies.
Apologies for what? He was absolutely wrong with the Dylan Round case. He attacked the mother. He attacked a bunch of people who were absolutely right. What's the apologies? He lives in his his dad's trailer or something. He's broke as a joke.
I think the police report has been released, and in it, the mother says that, you know, Dylan was gay and that the father was abusing him, and that's why he was sent. His grandfather gave him that land to live on. So he's saying he's now validated through these police reports.
Where is this police report that says this?
Here, let me put it for you.
Okay. Because his original thought, this is the Jim Terry brilliant thought. He thought that Aiden Clune was connected to Dylan Rounds, and that Dylan Rounds got shot somehow defending Aiden Clune from the gay militia because he believed that all the people in the militia were gay, and that they would go around like kind of like being a militia to stop crime in that area. And they shot him, and they got, they disposed of him.
I remember he said a lot of crazy stuff, to be honest.
He said some back. They talked about one point that he was being kept somewhere. That there was peas around, and that's what happened. And like he was wrong, and like everyone he named as a suspect wasn't the guy. It was actually Brenner. So it's interesting that he named every single person but the actual person that did it.
Oh, he's claiming that he's being like interviewed by big magazines and news people, and he's on his validation tour and
his validation tour.
Yeah,
his embarrassment tour. I wouldn't even give that guy a time of day. The guy's a loser.
I mean, he was like, you know how he screams. He was like screaming, like, "You all owe me."
Yeah, no one wants to deal with that guy. That guy's a loser. I mean, at one point, he actually went after one of his fans. Because one of his, not one of his, I mean, one of the people that previously hired him, he unfortunately, a situation occurred where, I have to explain from the beginning. Basically, the son goes missing. She hires him. He just pockets the money. Basically, she finds him instead. He was addicted to something, and he just you can listen to it. It was just he was so mean to her, even like try to blackmail her. She kept on him and kind of revealed all his BS that he was doing. Eventually, she suffered a tragedy. The tragedy is that her son, unfortunately, during a particular situation with drugs, killed her husband. And then Jim Terry, tries to replay the events and tries to joke about it.
Wow. That's pretty much what he did here. You want to hear a quick second? I know it probably makes your skin curl.
Yeah, he is disgusting.
Oh, fake private. I mean, he comes on screaming. Well, you know how he does anyway, but yeah, look. It's like immediately. I'm like, why is he yelling at us?
I want you to take a look at the proper size of the head and a hat, and I want you to look how this fits so perfect. Radio, White Boy Lockdown Radio. I want all the people in your chat.
Here it comes.
All those losers out there that said I was lying about Dylan Rounds, that said that I was a fake private investigator, that I hadn't found the real information. And now the police reports are out, over 4,000 documents. And in those 4,000 documents, your boy was right. Now, I have sent you a little piece there, White Boy Lockdown Radio, on your personal cell phone. You have to take my word for it. I meant to a detective basis that they worked where she talks about Dylan Rounds. Out of that kid, I told you so. White Boy, thank you for having me on.
So I'm going to read it real fast.
And
this is Candace in an after. And she talks about why.
That's pretty much. He tells what Candace says in the police report, and which I sent you backstage, and then he goes on to scream, "Queen Bee owes me an apology," and he lists off all these names.
Jack.
Right.
Queen Bee owes you Jack.
Me and Jay were in the chat. I'm like, first off, don't hold your breath for any apologies. Jay was really going at him in the chat. I mean, nobody was really happy about it.
I don't know why White Boy invited that evil person on, to be honest with you. Because at the end of the day, that man is an evil man who, basically, you don't know, Mr. Jim Terry, basically is a guy who is lives in Florida. He somehow got to practice PI license in Alabama, because Alabama doesn't require you to actually have a license, apparently. And he doesn't even have an office there. So he got exposed, and what he would do is he would basically go on Facebook pages of missing people and say, well, I will only work on your case, and I'll only charge you $3,000 to $5,000, and I'll get that case done. And what happened is that he would never leave the state to actually go to that state to search, and he would just call up and do a bunch of calls, and that was it. And he and most of the times never found anything, not at all. Nothing.
And you know what he says during this, Tim? He says to another family that's child's missing, I will give you what I have on that case if you pay me X amount of money. Like now, he's all because I was right about Dylan, and I have answers for your loved ones missing disappearance as well, but I won't give it to you unless you get, and it was outrageous amount.
Yeah, no, he's an evil person, and I wouldn't trust this guy ever. Because what he does is he also tries to use that information to blackmail you. We actually screenshot him just like threatening to blackmail a random person that hired him before in the chat. And he's just a failure of a person. He's a failed. He wasn't even a football player. He was like the lightest football ever. It was like two-hand touch type of football playing. He's a loser. And that's the truth. And he's not exonerated. He's absolutely got everything wrong. He did not know exactly. He was on like channels talking about how this other guy, I forgot his name, was involved. And I'm like, sir, you were wrong in every single thing you said. And he's a loser. And there's a special place in hell that he's going to go to when he goes to the fiery depths of hell, and he burns for all eternity. And I'm going to laugh my ass off when he goes there. So
And that is the truth. He didn't start until after he was fired by Dylan's family. That is right. Yeah. So I guess he's on his rounds again, validated and, screaming, and everybody owes him.
He is an evil person. And I would recommend people do not ever hire that man. That man will turn your life upside down. He's an evil person and only cares. Is he Mark's brother? Yes, he's Mark's brother.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
he did claim he played for the Philadelphia Souls. He even said,
no, he did not. He
said he played this season, and you can see him in this game on this day or something.
He played something that would be considered like. So it wasn't even like a football. Like I don't even know. It was like the lightest of football, and he was shitty at it, and he was not that good. His brother Mark Terry wrote a children's book, a shitty children's book.
Mark Terry, the YouTuber?
No, not Mark Terry. Like Mark Terry. Mark Terry. He has a brother named Mark Terry. I don't know about the YouTuber Mark. I don't know if there's another Mark out there.
That's who I was thinking of, Remy.
No, I'm talking about like Mark Terry. He has a brother named Mark Terry, and he has a YouTube channel. And I think I don't know if it's gone now, but he used to wear a mask on his face with a cowboy hat, and he tried to hide his face. And the main reason why he did it is because he had no chin. I still have that award out for Mark Terry's chin. If anyone finds his chin, I will give you $1,000. No, that was a joke, by the way.
Is that the guy that he went on streams with that would always hide his face? Oh, no shit. Okay. They both lost their channels.
Yeah. That was his brother.
That makes sense now.
Yeah, that was his brother. He's a weirdo too. He wrote children's books about a fox. We actually read the children's books on a live stream. You can actually look it up.
About a fox.
About a fox. And just losers. And I think once they did their show, they would do like weird things like have a man eat butter.
They did. They took advantage. They took a lot of advantage of people. They had like a woman that was handicapped. They tried doing the whole Howard Stern thing.
Yeah.
It was actually pretty mean. Hey, Adam. Hey, GB. Hey, Brooke. You have a video of Mark Terry looks like? No.
Oh, yeah. There was. He was him with like trying to get his hair done. We've seen that video. And that's why I joked because he had no chin.
Yeah, Mr. X. Yes. They were brothers. They were so obnoxious. The whole string, they would yell and they would take advantage of people with disabilities. I'm telling you, they really would. That's how
I find the funniest thing was when she tried to jump down the rabbit hole's channel because she was reviewing the article and she just like shut him down, and it was just the most hilarious shit. He tried, because the thing is, like, Jim Terry tries to do like the usual car salesman type of stuff, fast talk shit. Tries to talk over you, tries just a mile a minute, and that's the usual thing with that guy. That's what he is.
Yeah, that's what he was doing on White Boys. It was like he wasn't even taking a breath. It was like, and then he just thought he was doing like this badass exit and just like dropped off.
Yeah,
it was wild.
And like,
I will say, White Boy did request receipts. White Boy's like, what you sent me is just like, paragraph could have came from anywhere. Where's the receipt? So I do give him a lot of credit for that.
Yeah, I wouldn't even like if I was White Boy, I wouldn't invite that guy over because the guy's a loser. Like,
I think they said they were like cordial or whatever.
Yeah, but like still, man, it's like you're lowering yourself, like, to be around that guy. That guy's a loser.
Yeah. It was wild. I was quite shocked to see his appearance there. And then to even like bring all this back up, like let Dylan rest in peace, man. Let it.
Yeah. I mean, like I've seen what that man did, because like what people don't realize is like the person that revealed the secret call was Dylan. Like Sooth Mom was covering the case originally. She was like one of the first people that was covering it. And what happened is that Dylan's mom sent a recording she had of a conversation she had with Jim Terry. And still up, I think. It might still be up. And it was like 30, 40 minutes. And he said all these crazy things, and he's cursing around and everything. And that man went on a campaign of basically doxing not only Sleuth Mom, but all her paid memberships. I was one of the paid memberships. Luckily, I did not have my information out there. And that was the original reason why I started jumping on panels, because the guy was a scumbag.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So he would, and then like he would go on a panel, like a true crime channel. And when the person wasn't paying attention, he would blurt out her address. And also he would blurt out like, oh, well, I think Dylan's in her basement. Someone should call the cops.
Oh, so he was doing shit like that. Yeah.
Yeah. And
that's not cool at all.
And then he would go into the financials of Dylan's mom, and he would go into like just defaming the parents. He was just an evil man.
Well, he was still trashing the mom as of that recent appearance. So
yeah, and this is a woman that like unfortunately she went through this traumatic loss, and her son is murdered, and then she have this idiot that's coming around that's acting like a complete fool. He's a very evil person. Look how like terrible his camera is. Like, why does his camera look like he's threw fucking Vaseline on it, by the way?
I think he's like trying to hide. That's why he does the sunglasses and it's all antics with him.
Yeah, he's got a laptop. You can clearly see the reflection of the laptop. He's a loser. I don't think he
crimeology. Absolutely.
He's a loser, and he bamboozles people out of money on Facebook, and it's
when they're in their darkest moments. He's a TikTok Tony.
He used to be a profession kicker in football, not an actual football team. It was like it's like indoor something. I forgot it was. It's like the lighter stuff. It's like basically if you're like a
not good enough for the professionals, but you still want to be an adult hobbyist that plays that type of thing.
Yeah, that pretty much it. And you can make like no money on that type of deal. We used to joke that he was like married, but Al Bundy.
Oh God.
Like he was basically, I scored 4 touchdowns in one single game. And I was debating on whether to go on Arena ball. Yeah, that's it. Arena football. That's what he did. And it was just like it's like clearly a man that has never succeeded on something he wanted, and he's just constantly trying to do it. Because like, how old is this man? He's like in his 40s. How many 40-year-olds do you see playing football? Not many. There's a reason why. Because real football beats you down. It is literally like you got people that got brain damage from real football. I'm just saying.
I think he actually, unless he's. Hold on. So if you search though, he does come up as playing for the Philadelphia Souls like he claimed he did. Yeah, Jim Terry plays arena football for Philadelphia Souls. I mean, it is arena.
It's arena football. It's not like if you hear, because at one point he tried to state like he was with the Cowboys because he was on Molly Golightly's channel claiming that he was like playing with like a professional football team. And it's just wild. I mean, like the guy's just a very sleazy person. The man also would mess with people. He would put like, I remember he put like Queen Bee's face on a
I remember all that.
And the whole docs thing came from he just basically recycled the old docs that was wrong and kept on saying that. And he was just an evil person. The only time I actually found Betty actually interesting is when Betty actually confronted Jim Terry, and I was like, wow. If she only did that, I would probably be a fan. But unfortunately, Betty did not pursue that.
But yeah, there he is. He did play it this March, but wow. Big brags there.
Yeah.
New football.
I mean, and that's the thing is like he does this like the YouTube stuff and like not YouTube, but like his other crappy platform. And he's just a loser. And that's why I think people shouldn't even pay attention to him.
Yeah.
Because I remember this guy used to jump around. Everyone would invite him. I remember the worst person in my mind that invited this idiot around was Tyler Feller. Because I remember that. I remember when I was talking to Tyler Feller on Queen Bee's panel about 2 years ago. And he was like, well, you gotta, he was like saying that he was going to redeem Jim Terry. And he actually recommended some of his subs to him, to the services of Jim Terry. And then he would just work through conspiracy theories with Jim Terry. And he used to be on panel, Tyler Feller, with No Thanks. and Jim Terry just laughing it up at like with their bullshit conspiracy theories. Just wild. Yeah, he did abuse. He did say that a really disgusting comment where he was like, wanted to get a billboard of Laura's husband ODing or something like that, or a report, and put it near a football game where her son was, and he was going to go after her son. It was fucking disgusting.
Oh, he sounds like a horrible person. Hey, Johnson.
Yeah, he's an evil person. That's why I think he's going to hell. If there's a hell, he's going there. So, you know. But yeah, he's a very evil person.
He did do that for you. I remember that. He did a lot of shit. Well, there we go. We won't be paying him any further attention past this.
Yeah, because what he does is that he'll go after your real life. He will definitely go after your real life. He will definitely dox you. He will definitely. He actually had a bounty on me. He was willing to a pretty cheap bounty, to be honest with you. He was asking. He was saying $500 for my dox.
Gee, so, that's the value he put on you?
Well, at that time, you know, it was a very low value person that he wanted to dox, but it was $500. I think he offered like that taboo lady $500 because he thought that taboo lady knew my information. I was like, no, I would not be telling taboo who I am and try to offer her $500. It's just weird. It was a very weird situation back then.
Well, it sounds like he is officially off of YouTube, making his rounds in different places. It was funny because he told White Boy he couldn't be on the show that night because he had all these, like, you know, other interviews set up. But then, of course, he was able to come on the show when he saw White Boy had more than his usual audience. He was able to stop on.
Yeah, man. That's why I'm saying, like, you know, you can't have that guy on there. I didn't play for any teams. I was in actually martial arts. I was in Taekwondo. I didn't do football.
Oh, I said dox yourself and collect the money. It's not even worth $500.
I'm not gonna collect $500, bro. That's so. If he offered like, what would make it?
1,000 at least.
No, not even 1,000, bro.
You could give a fake dox.
Like a couple of thousand, I can make a week. Probably.
Make a whole fake identity.
Like make a fake identity.
Yeah. Like create a whole fictional person.
I'll just like AI my face.
Yeah.
This
is me.
But $500 is not worth it. It's just ridiculous. But the guy is evil, and that's why I said, like, even if you're friendly with that guy, never go near that guy because he's just an evil person. He will fucking destroy your life, and he's a negative man. And if I was White Boy, I would never invite him on because he's only trying to suck up to your subs and try to get them over. And,
yeah, it didn't really work out well because people were trying to say, like, it's not just what he was saying, it was how he was saying it on top of all the other things. So a lot of the audience was not really supportive of it.
Yeah, like no one likes Jim Terry. Like literally, you could probably jump into every single community that's ever interacted with Jim Terry, and everyone hates him. Even like his former mods hate him because he fucked them over too. He's like the worst type of person. There is no one that likes him. You can go into Laura's community, doesn't like him. Well, whatever.
Well, yeah, that community of two.
Live starting at 1, 2, 3. Your community, everyone's community. No one likes that man. That man's evil. Like he's a very evil person.
Well, good on him for making such a great reputation for himself.
Oh yeah, I mean, I would rather hire Tony Mathis to help me find someone than Jim Terry. To be honest with you, I would rather hire like Nick the Hat. Like this is how bad the man is. Like I would rather deal with those people than Jim Terry. 100%. I wouldn't even I wouldn't even blink at a decision on that. I would rather probably even work with like Bullhorn Betty than Jim Terry, to be honest with you, because he is that bad. He is an evil person. Like she's evil, but like it's like the difference between like Satan and Beelzebub or something like that. It's there's a difference, but they're both pretty evil.
Laura B, that's actually a misconception. I don't know why people think that if you lose your channel, you're still allowed to appear as a guest on channels.
Yeah, the only time
all into it.
The only time they do that is Twitch. Twitch, they're kind of like you can't even live stream the person that's been banned.
Oh, really? Twitch does that?
Yeah, Twitch does that. Twitch is really sticklers on that stuff. Like if they did that with like Dr. Disrespect and all those other people that were banned, you couldn't like talk to them or interact with them on Twitch.
Was he peen bombing? I don't know about that.
Dr. What, Dylan? Oh, actually, yeah, he was peep mobbing as well.
Wow.
He was doing that as well.
Oh my gosh.
Staying
away. Hey, Casey.
Yeah, he would also he would also jump on a live stream and start saying some nasty things immediately before he was banned.
Oh yeah, like he's trying to get people's channels in trouble.
Yeah, he's an evil person. Like, he is the type of person that will even destroy mods around him. Like, there are mods that literally got their lives fucked with because of this guy. He's really
a shame.
That's why I say, like, don't even talk about him anymore. Don't even mention him. He's just that bad. He's
sorry I even did mention him then. I just was like, wow, I haven't seen this face or name in a while.
Yeah, he's like black mold. It's better to just bleach it and maybe even get rid of the house. Where it's at. I grew up with kids.
Several.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry for your loss.
I'm sorry about that.
Well, I guess I'm gonna wrap it up, Tim. Get over to this fall festival.
You have a good one.
You as well. Enjoy your Saturday and
my Saturday of reading. I'll see you. Bye.
What are you reading?
What am I reading? I'm reading. Actually, I can't really say it on a live stream what I'm reading. To be honest.
Okay. I understand.
I don't like this.
Kama Sutra. So I'm just kidding.
It's gonna sound pretentious, but I was just like reviewing the periodic elements because I'm trying to like kind of relearn them again, and then I'm just reading about Carl Jung basically, and just rereading Carl Jung.
At least you educate yourself. I'll give you that.
Because I've completely forgot the periodic tables. I was like, I got to remember them again because I forgot them. So that's what I'm just doing.
Good on you.
No, it's just, I'm terrible at them right now. So it is what it is. Anyway, you guys have a good one.
You as well. Thank you.
All right. Bye.
You too, Stassi, everybody in the chat. Thank you all for being here. I sincerely appreciate it. I hope you all have a fantastic Saturday. Stay safe out there. Protect yourselves from the false label of haters and hate. Remember, you will never win over hate with hate. It just doesn't work. I don't know where these people get this idea that they're not hateful, but blessed be the fruit, my friends. I shall never mention that name again. I'm actually well afraid to even mention that name. I did not know I knew there was a bad rep there, but I didn't know how bad or how deep it went. Betty is doing her Betty usual things. And basically, this is not a circus. It is an absolute fire dumpster. One reason I'm not going to be paying as much attention is not because of the threats that were given or I'm afraid of legal action. I was already contemplating the worth of it all. Part of me wants to keep the awareness for Sebastian, but at what point am I causing harm more than good? I'm adding to their own evil attempts at this point. I'm playing into their game book, and I don't like that. So I was wanting to back away as is, and then they threatened me, and I was like, well, now I can't because now it looks like I'm backing away because of the threats. You know what I mean? So it's just me being stubborn. But unfortunately, that stubbornness does come at the expense of Sebastian. So it's not really right to do. At the end of the day, we've all played a hand in how far this has gotten, and the fact remains there's not many who are actually searching for Sebastian. There's not many who are doing any of this with Sebastian in the forefront. And even I have lost focus of that. And that's absolutely horrible. It's horrible to admit. I still have my faith in SF Investigates. I know he plans on going back when he can. I thought there was another team of like 24 elite searchers and Dog and all them heading out there, but I don't believe that. Serpentine belts and all the things and all the fearful things that are being placed out there. It's just ridiculous, honestly. So I don't really want to play much of a part in it, but I do feel there are some things that need to be pointed out, such as creating an anti-bullying t-shirt with literally bullying on the t-shirt, or claiming you're going to copyright the name of a missing child who is protected by you via an RO by the parents and grandparents. I mean, the whole thing's crazy. So yeah, we are going to head off to the fall festival. Thank you to everybody who became members today. Thank you for the milestones. You were all so greatly appreciated. I do not hate money. It's a drain of emotion. I didn't even see this one, Cash. I do apologize. I guess Betty was spying and say no to Jarrett. Again, Nana's love has her. It's 2 years for her today, for the tragedy that struck her and her family. Keep her in your prayers and thoughts throughout the day, and remember how blessed you are to not be in the position that many find themselves in unwillingly. Be a little kinder today if you can. And yeah, you are all very much appreciated, sincerely. If you haven't, please consider hitting a thumbs up. And I shall see you all next time. And thank you for the Cash App and PayPals. You don't keep my lights on, but you do help us have fun here. So I do appreciate that. Sherry with the 2 months. Thank you very much. Who buys that t-shirt? Nobody's going to buy that t-shirt. They're not even good at t-shirt design. It's not even catchy in the least. It's very juvenile and stupid. And how would you explain that? Like, you're walking in a grocery store and you're wearing this lady with horrible bleached hair's face, making a strange expression with fire and a dead bee wearing a crown on top of a coffin that says "Stop bullying." Like, how do you explain that to somebody? Well, like, it's so moronic. You can't. Cheesy dozed right back off to sleep. I just go to bed extremely early because I am actually like a granny at this point. Sad to admit it, my friends. Sad to admit it. But anyway, yes, if you are able to get outside, get some of the sun, get some of the, fresh air, and try to be a little more happy than these actual hateful channels that call everybody else hateful. Have a great day, everyone.